in a row, right? After IO Stucks and all that silliness and all that, I don't know, man. It's been ages. Hope you've been doing well. I'm glad everything's going well. Savvy Drone, thank you so much for the sub as well. One last ride, boys, indeed. I mean, we have Saturday some contenders off tank stuff from Overwatch 2. And then, like I said, an interview with somebody I think you guys are gonna be really excited to see. And then from then on, I really don't know. I mean, I was just thinking about this today. So, oh, I'm really excited to talk with you guys. Okay, so we have to get started on our coaching, but here's what we got. We've got one coaching session, two coaching sessions, then we got a full-on short roast session. So if you guys were here for this past Saturday, it was like an old school coaching session where I'm just flaming the butt cheeks out of someone or doing my best to, and that's basically it for like 30 minutes. And then those are good to go. And then when that's done, I really want to talk a little bit like what the plan is moving forward a little bit. We'll probably talk more about that on Saturday because, guys, the honest answer is like I don't really know what the plan is moving forward. We're going to obviously prioritize all this Overwatch 2 foolishness. We're going to get really ready to rickroll with all that. I've got a lot of YouTube content ideas. I have a lot of collaborations lined up. I'm so excited to tell you who I'm going to be collaborating with. And not just one. I'm talking like 3, 4, 5, 6 people, maybe more, who you guys are gonna be super stoked to have on stream and on YouTube. But I don't know. I've got some plans. I'm gonna have like run them by with you guys because honestly, some of the best feedback and ideas that I've come up with have been from you guys. So I might even have to put out another feedback form as well. Beth, can you grab me my phone for Twitch chat? Okay, but we're gonna get the last 2 Overwatch 1 coaching sessions done. They're going to be good. Let me actually make sure I'm on the same page with the rank here. What here over here? Oh, so we get some tank. That'll be fun. And then what is the second one? Looks some DPS as well. Let me get my Twitch chat pulled up on my iPhone. And then we'll get started. Because I don't like having it pulled up on my computer. It's like, yeah, it's just harder for me. I don't have a second monitor, so it's kind of butt cheeks. Okay, I guess we get started, guys. Cheers, stick around. We're gonna have some fun today. And yeah. Looks jacked. How do I look jacked? You don't even see anything.
They're talking about Kirby behind you. You have Kirby behind you. What are you doing?
Okay. Oh yeah. I got a cat in the background. I still don't know how to pronounce your name, but I appreciate the sub. I see you all the time. I appreciate you, but I still don't know how to. I still don't know how to pronounce your name. Okay, I guess we're gonna hop in just a second. 3, 5, 4. Check. Cat. Yes. Neither do I? Okay, well, fair enough. Utujigu. Utujigu. I mean, I guess that's not that bad. I can handle that one. Utujigu. Utujigu. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's do this. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
How are you doing?
Doing well.
Good, good. Let me get Overwatch pulled up here. I guess in the meantime, we can start off with like, why are you here? What is the goal? How did you hear about me? Let's start off with that. You know, I never ever asked that question. I don't have a big enough of an ego, but I'm gonna ask it right now. How did you hear about me? Was it the billboard on the side of the road? What was it?
To be honest, I don't really remember, but I was watching some YouTube video and it had kind of a caution about basically bad Overwatch information that was out, and to just be careful about who you're listening to, and
Right.
maybe look for an actual Overwatch coach, and then it showed a list of people and you were on the list.
Ha! Sick. I respect it. I don't even know what video that would be referring to. Maybe it was like Cager or Major Midget. I don't really know who that would be. Sick though. I'm stoked. It's very flattering.
Yeah.
But okay. So what made you get a coaching session specifically? What are your goals, I guess, with things?
So I'm new to the game, relatively new.
Okay.
Started in December.
Okay.
Got a PC maybe 5 months or so before that, so pretty new to PC too.
Okay, cool.
My brother-in-law introduced me to the game,
Okay.
and he has made it to Grandmaster. So I would like to uh, get to a point where we can play games together and it's challenging for the both of us.
Okay, sounds good. I mean, that's obviously a big jump there. Takes a lot of time. I got Grandmaster myself from starting from bronze level, and like you, I didn't have a lot of experience playing shooters, so it was very much like start in bronze, start with. I literally played on like a laptop for a while with a plug-in mouse, so you could do it. And I actually also started with Reinhardt as well. So looking through your schedule here, you're relatively new to PC. You said your ultimate goal is Grandmaster. Is that correct?
Well, I don't know if it's even possible, honestly.
Okay.
Because I've got a lot of other competing
Sure.
priorities. But
Sure.
if it's a diamond and that's
You're still good.
where
Yeah.
he's at least challenged if
Yeah.
If we go and play together.
I got you.
That's fine.
Okay. Usually try to play at least 2 hours of comp per day. Occasionally VOD review. Watch YouTube coaching videos. Okay. So when you say VOD review, what does that usually look like when you do VOD review? How often and like how do you do it usually?
It's pretty rare because I don't know that I'm to a point yet where I can just sit and watch one and go, oh, I should have done this here.
Right.
Obvious stuff I can pick up, but like
Yeah.
the fine tuning, I go, I don't know that I see all of that yet.
Yeah.
So when I do a true one, it's with my brother-in-law.
Okay. And does he play tank or does he just know enough about the game to be able to provide some feedback?
He plays kind of a little bit of everything, but when he made it to GM, it was tank.
Okay, so he's definitely got some good feedback for you. How do the sessions usually go, if you don't mind me asking? Does he like give you some tips, or does he like point out errors in your play, or what?
It's pretty similar to yours, I would say. Where I mean, it'll take us an hour and a half to go through a game and
Okay.
stop and like pause here and like you shouldn't have backed up this far. You
Right.
should have stayed and played here, and then if you get in trouble, then back up or then drop down. Or
Yeah.
And that's the kind of like if I shatter into a shield, I can go, I screwed that up. But
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm to a point yet where you say, oh, I shouldn't have quite backed up that far yet.
Right.
Or I
Right.
should have pushed a little bit harder.
Right. Right. So I think, how often do you do these usually? So you said you don't VOD review your stuff much because you don't always know what to look for, but when you're working with your brother-in-law, how often is that?
I'd say probably at least monthly we do something
Okay.
like that.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so I think the goal for me today is to be able to give you something actionable, something that you can actually VOD review by yourself. And hopefully after the end of this review, not only do you understand the game as a whole a little better, but also you kind of know what you can be looking for in your own play. Because you're right, it's really tricky. I remember when I was your rank, it's always like, you don't know what the next step is. It's like, I don't know what exactly I need to be looking for in my own play to improve. It just takes a lot of time. Looking at the rest of your thing, try to play at least 2 hours of comp per day. How many games is that usually? Is that like 6 games usually?
Honestly, I probably usually play more than that. That's just kind of like a minimum.
Okay.
But I would say most days I can probably get around 10.
Okay.
I mean, the queues are so short.
Yeah.
where-
That makes sense. I mean, at USR and queuing tank, it's like there's going to be a lot of folks engaged. So that's good.
Yeah, like I can't even get a drink like I'm in a game.
You need like a catheter just to actually queue up for Overwatch. Yeah,
Right.
that's like super good. Like getting at least 6 per day. That's definitely going to be enough, at least just in terms of time investment, for you to get to solidly gold, solidly plat, and maybe even diamond as well. So I think for at least the short-term goals, that's going to be good enough. For VOD review, we'll talk a little bit about that at the end. And then when you say watching YouTube coaching videos, is this just like in queue, or like when you got free time? And then what kind of videos do you generally look for?
No, it's definitely not in queue because
True.
there's not enough time. It's I don't know, like if we go on vacation and everyone's in bed and I don't have my console or my computer, like
Sure.
I mean, on one vacation we went to this summer, I think I literally watched every one of your coaching videos from like the last year. I did I didn't go back too far because I was like, okay, at some point these are going to get slightly irrelevant because
Sure.
you know of updates and balance
Yeah, I hear you.
changes and
Yeah.
stuff. Um, but try to stick with like high level. You know, I'll watch a little bit of flats,
Yeah.
your coaching video, you know, some
Honest
unranked
question here.
and stuff. Yep.
Don't be afraid to hurt my feelings. Did you find those coaching videos helpful? The ones that, especially the specific ones on the heroes that you wanted to like work on here. Like,
Honestly, I found all of them helpful. I mean, I like even if it's a character I never play, I would
Yeah.
watch it just because when I'm playing, it's like, okay, what does this person want to do? What are they going to be thinking? And that helps you play against them.
okay.
So yeah, I found all of them quite
Okay.
helpful. I mean, I was looking through my own, I drove tank down to about 1400, like 2 months ago. And I'm up, you know, in gold now, and I had my support rolled down to 650 at one point, which is
Jeez.
crazy low.
It's okay. My brother did the same thing. He was like,
Yeah.
"What
So,
SR did you hit, Will? What is it? 24. Like, yeah, but like the bottom end did you hit? Yeah, he was like 750, 800. Yeah. So.
yeah. So I'm not right now, but I was pushing gold on support for a little bit too. So
Yeah.
like all of that stuff helped.
Okay.
That.
Well, good. I'm glad that it helped. What did you find most useful about the videos here? And I promise this isn't just like me doing secret research. I just want to understand, like, what did you actually find useful about the VODs for your Ryan, let's say?
Just the level of detail that's in it, like I don't know, compare it to your Overwatch video, and they just, you know, the video is playing, and they're kind of talking about what's going on while it's happening, and you're trying to listen to what they're saying and watch the gameplay at the same time, and with these like pause it. Okay, what are you thinking here? Why are you thinking that? What's the other team gonna have? What's your team gonna have? And then what do you do to go into the fight?
Right. Okay. So again, the goal for us is going to be to try and look at your gameplay, and we'll talk a little bit about like your mechanics and your micro, because if I'm looking at is this the only account that you have?
Correct.
Okay. So you are going to rapidly progress in borders. Obviously, going into Overwatch 2, those borders will not exist, but the idea is that you're going to be able to get, like right now, I look at right now you're 5 stars, right? That's pretty good to be in gold, you know, like solidly in gold for 5 stars, but you still got a long way to go in terms of like actually play time played. So I think I don't think you're stuck, is what I would say. I think you even said that in your forum, that you said you feel like you're progressing, maybe SR isn't showing it. Well, you are progressing it. It's like, it would be extremely rare to see somebody of your level, amount of time played, in even platinum. That would be extremely rare.
I think I was being a little hard on myself, honestly, because I went back and looked, and like 2 months ago I was at like 1400. So
yeah, that's a huge SR gap. I mean, it's a huge jump. You're from like, I mean, the gap from 1400 to even just 2000 is unbelievably big. Because on either ends of the bell spectrum, right, it's like sharper increases. You know, the gap from like mid plat to high plat isn't that big, but from 4200 to 4400 is a big jump, and it's the same thing on the other end of the spectrum as well. So we'll give you some stuff to work on. We'll give you some stuff to VOD review. You seem like to really love the kind of in-depth stuff. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not just going to break it super simple. We'll give it something to actionable, but we'll also kind of talk about like the theory behind it as well. And the really exciting thing for you is, I think, despite what has been reported, I think you're really going to enjoy Ryan in Overwatch 2 as well. It's going to be a little bit harder, but it's going to be a little bit more fun. Do you know all the new things that he gets in Overwatch 2?
I'm excited to be able to stop charges.
Yes, and you can control charge too more.
What do you mean, like have more turning?
Yes, you can turn much faster.
Gotcha. I played the beta a little bit. I always seemed to not have much spare time when the beta was out.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I did play it a little bit.
Double fire strike, I'm sure you know about as well. Just general speed. I think that Ryan also got, I think, either tied for or the biggest health/armor increase of all the tanks in Overwatch 2 as well.
He's 650 and it's about half and half, right?
Yeah, he has a lot of armor. So you're gonna feel great, and you're gonna feel so much more independent, for lack of a better term, and like there's the amount of times where it feels like the battle is just happening all around you and you can't do anything about it. See, this is the thing about like the charge cancel that nobody talks about. The reason why it's so OP is like the fact that you can just, it's almost like a Winston jump now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can move from one end of the map to the other really safely and really quickly. So what we want to talk about is stuff that's going to carry over to Overwatch 2, and then any questions you may have, just stop me. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay, let's take a look. It's a little quiet on my end. Let me turn this up just a tad. Is this a good volume for you right here?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So let's just put it this way. I think like at your rank, obsessing with like your comp, enemy comp, all those kind of things isn't super important. But is there any, like, if you look at your comp or the enemy comp, is there any really one big thing that you have to be aware of, or is there any one big thing that you have to be aware of on your team?
Stopping hog hooks.
Yep. And to be honest with you, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I don't see like Hanzo, Tracer, Moira, Winston. I mean, be aware of when Winston's on your backline, I guess. But if in Overwatch 2, you're only going to have to worry about one of those things, either hog hook or Winston on your backline. So I don't know. There's not a whole lot that you need to worry about super much. But it's a good habit for you to get into, is just see if like there's any really important hero that you need to be aware of, and then that's pretty much it. Keep it simple. Okay. So I think like what you do here seems fine. It's a good pen. But just what do you need to be aware of?
Well, I wasn't aware of it. If this is what the Mercy revive.
Okay, that's not super important because it kills a kill.
Okay.
And there's an opportunity that you guys can stop this res, or even if they do get the res, it's free ult charge, right? And you're delaying time and you're forcing their res. Let's look. I'm just trying to keep an eye on one thing in particular at your rank that pretty much every Reinhardt needs to work on, and it's this right. Now, I know you're committing to the pin at this point, but what do you see is could be problematic on your screen right now? I'm gonna let you squirm with this one a little bit.
On my screen, I'm not 100% sure. Except for that I started this at half health, kind of in the middle of it. And I could be melted.
Yeah, I mean, you
before
said
I get in there.
You said you're not sure, and then you said exactly what I was looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
that was the only thing I was finding.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean, obviously, it happens very quickly, so I'm not going to give you too hard of a time about it. But just be aware. Just be aware. Like this is something that every Reinhardt at this rank has to be good, has to like improve on, is the HP awareness, because that pen is a good play if you have the HP for it. If you don't, even in Overwatch 2, if you can like control it or cancel it or whatever, you're still at a huge risk, because even if you survive that, now all your supports have to heal the butt cheeks out of you, and you don't want to have to demand that sort of support all the time. It's fine. You wasted a lot of time. Doesn't matter. Now, again, let's go back again. What do you think about this pen?
It's kind of the same problem again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little better though. You've got at least a little bit of armor left. So I think one thing that you just want to be aware of is when you go for aggressive plays, I want you to try and be as close to full HP as you possibly can. The key is to be, when you do go aggressive, to be as much of a full resource as you possibly can. So this little swing here, right? That swing costs you about 100 something HP, and it costs. It does nothing. Right, and it doesn't do anything. So you could either stand on that corner and swing, or you can go in for a shield into a charge. But you need the HP to do it either way. Okay. So like even here, let's go back just a little bit. Even here, okay, you got HP to work with. Right now, what's your HP?
very little.
Right. And the important thing that IOStux always talks about in his coaching sessions, which I think is really important, is what's the difference between armor and HP? Let's just say in Overwatch 2 terms. I'm not sure if you know how armor works in Overwatch 2.
I think it's like 20% less damage or something.
It's like
that.
30 or I think it's 30%. I'm fairly certain.
Okay.
Yeah, it's significant on any sort of damage, even just like a Hanzo shot. So as soon as you're at this HP now, what's the problem?
Now it melts faster.
Yeah, not snowballs, right? So it's all about preventative work, keeping yourself within your armor threshold whenever you can, because when it rains, it pours.
Like now I'm Reaper, not Reinhardt.
Right, exactly. You're going to, like you said, that's a great way of describing it. You are now at HP to where like really a single Hanzo headshot and you are dead. So just be aware, because like this is the time to shield. It's easier for supports to heal back up armor, and then you use that armor and then go back to shield, and then use the armor, and then go back to shield, and then use the armor. You spend your armor. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I need to treat my shield kind of like a Winston bubble, where it's like, okay, now my armor's gone, pop the shield.
Yeah.
As opposed to I'm at 150 or 200 or whatever.
Exactly. And you can use your shield at will. See, like the problem I have right now is like look at your shield HP and look at your HP. Do you see that discrepancy? Your shield is full, but your HP is 0. Whereas you'd like to min max that stuff. Like if you're gonna, like, I want you to try and use more of your shield HP so that your supports have to heal you less, and then swing a little bit later. I know it's hard to exactly compare because you're like, oh, I was getting good swings, but just something to keep in mind. You want to be less bursty and more consistent back and forth and back and forth. Because you can see, like, for your BAP and Mercy, it's so much harder for them to heal you back up when you're low. And right now, that Mercy might be wanting to damage boost somebody. Maybe that BAP wants to use his M1, but he can't. They have to hard pocket you. And, like, even now, like, there's just not a lot of respect that you have because you're used to playing up against gold and silver players. But if you play up against a Plat DPS, you drop your shield here, you're dead. Right? You're dead. Well, look at that.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Yeah.
So... And
anyway.
Yeah, and you're almost dead anyway, and you've never actually like stabilized, have you? You've constantly been on the edge of the cliff, and you've never actually like, if you mess up and you are like 1 HP, just do nothing. Just turn off aggressive Reinhardt, get behind a corner, get healed up, and then start playing again. We're constantly on like death's door. We're still in death's door. You're still swinging, and now you're split from your supports. Your poor bat. Nice. I mean, how do you use Earth Shatter in Overwatch 1 or 2? Like, just what's your general guideline? Do you have any guidelines, or you just kind of use it?
Well, obviously you want to hit as many people with it as you can, and trying to avoid things that can stop it. Zarya bubbles, Ryan shields. Sleep darts. I mean, there's different ways to use it, right?
Yep.
I mean, you could jump into a fight and try to end the fight before it starts, or on this, more of a defensive fashion.
Yep. Let me give you an analogy. So, do you know much about like finance or investments?
It's my job.
Okay, perfect. So I have a bachelor's degree in finance, but I know next to nothing about it. But let me like speak to you in your terms. Okay, so most people should be getting Roth IRAs if they can afford it, saving up for retirement, things like that. But those are relatively valuable investments, but they're also just like really, really, really low risk. But they're still good, right? They're still like everybody should be doing them. So the way I look at Shatter is it's really like an investment. Yes, you can go for like you're thinking like the more people I hit, the better. But what's the problem with that mentality? It's not, you're not incorrect, but why do you have to be careful about that?
You could not use it when you should use it because it's like, oh, there's not enough people there.
Yes. You let perfect be the enemy of good, right? And winning the team fight, especially in Overwatch 2, can be really as simple as getting one kill, right?
Sure. People
complain about solo shatters in Overwatch 1 all the time, but I don't care. You win the team fight. You know what I'm saying? If you solo shatter a monkey and he's dead, that you've won. So the same thing's going to be the case in Overwatch 2, even more so, because it's a greater percentage that one kill is, right? So I want you to be with Shatter. If you see the opportunity for like a free investment for like, this is the easiest I can shatter the entire team, for crying out loud, take it. But your mindset needs to be, I'm going to win the fight with this shatter as soon as I possibly can.
Sure.
That doesn't have to be early, but like don't wait team fights after team fight after team fight. Win the fight with it. Solo shatter the monkey, solo shatter the ball, solo shatter the supports, hit the Cassidy, whatever. I mean, even Tracer's a little bit tricky, but if you think you can big brain the Tracer and smack her, get the Tracer too. That's a kill. You win the fight. Just be very, very comfortable with doing just that and winning the fight, and then guess what? You start building up your next shatter, right? So I like the shatter personally. Like, I mean, maybe he has bubble, maybe this doesn't work out as well. But no ego here, right? Just he's dead. Another little trick.
Yeah, the fight has been messy for quite a while, and I felt like this could help.
Yeah,
just
stabilize. Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of pressure off of your supports, right? There's one person off the field. Now that Mercy has to think, do I res? Do I not res? Right? I would have done one of two things here because you're so obsessed with the micro here. What's the best thing that you can do when you shatter like this monkey? What's the best thing you could have done?
Fire strike and then swing.
Fire strike and then swing. You could have short charged him into here,
Charged it, yeah.
right? Because you're not going to go into Narnia. The other thing that you can do if you want to be like big brain like Hottie and you really don't want to charge is walk in front of him and shield so that he can't get healing while he's on the floor.
I don't know that I would have known. I can say I'm certain I wouldn't have known at this point if there was enough damage without me doing anything to actually kill him.
The safest bet is usually probably to just short pin it. If you don't have to pin like a trillion miles away, just pin it. Just pin it short. Probably okay. Okay. Now you got HP. So what should you be doing?
Moving up and taking space.
Okay.
But I think at this point I'm looking around to try to see what all actually happened as that was unfolding.
And I respect that. I think that's really important because I actually think here a worse Ryan would go, I'm going to go swing in the supports. And that might be fine, you know? But I'm also thinking like, okay, yeah, I get it's Tracer, but just go walk and clear Tracer out. Just go swing your hammer. Make her go away. Buy your Hanzo some slack. You kind of see what I'm saying? And again, remember in Overwatch 2, like you're gonna have to be able to like be dynamic with how you create space and how you defend your space as well. This isn't so much about protecting Hanzo so much as being like getting Tracer out of here.
Yeah.
Like right now, like go do something. Go find somewhere to push. You know, your team is currently fighting right now, so you need to be fighting too. Like this isn't the biggest return on your investment, right? But this isn't too bad, right? At least you're doing something.
So I was, and you can see because I kind of go forward, backwards. I was like, what we talked about at the beginning. What's the one like hog hook?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've got squishies fighting on my right now, and it's like, okay, at least that's squishy on squishy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this hog kind of lurking behind, and I was like, obviously, I chose to go fight the hog.
Yep. I think your instincts are fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Let's put it this way. I think about this team fight, and I don't see an obvious answer to me. So then you're at a rank to where if you just simply make a decision, I think it's fine. This actually might be the best decision, right? So that's fine.
Well, it didn't go well, so.
Well, right. But that's mechanics, right? You need to be able to block that hook, and then maybe it goes differently. And your mindset also is not even necessarily that you need to kill the hog. You just need to make sure he doesn't hook your team, you know? So like the problem here.
I should have charged him there to prevent the heal too.
Yeah. I mean that would have been best. So like this is where you can start breaking down the micro. You get hooked, you lose about 100 armor. Probably should not have. You should have blocked the hook, right? You swing, you swing, you swing, you swing. He whole hogs, but you're not shielding, right? Now obviously you want to use a little bit of the whole hog to get yourself some space. But again, do you see your shield and do you see your HP right now?
Yep. And
by the time you shield your 100 HP, it's over. So your problem here is just simply like your HP and management and your mechanics. It was not your decision. I think your instincts were good. But I can live with bad mechanics. That will come with time. Okay, potentially recontestable. You guys got a kill. So you're not making the mistake here, but I want to highlight it again. What is your mindset right about now? What do you need to be watching? Like almost like really religiously, what do you need to be watching right now?
As far as myself or the other team?
Yourself.
My health.
Your health, right. So you're thinking, yes, it's a monkey. Yes, he's going to zap me through shield, but you have armor here. If you shield this Tracer, your Mercy will be able to heal you to full through the monkey damage. Monkey damage does less than Mercy Beam anyway, but it does especially less if you've got armor. So if you block this Tracer damage, you'll go right back to full. So as long as you're at 400 plus HP, keep swinging. But then as soon as you see, ooh, just wait for it. Ooh, maybe a little bit of shield. Okay. And then now, what can you be doing? Because you're shielding right now, but this is just autopilot kicking in, right? You're not really thinking. What should you be thinking right now?
This was, and not that it's right, but this is just information. Like, because I don't know where everyone is, other than the guy I was just swinging at.
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out what to do, and I don't really see anybody, so I should be moving forward.
Right. So you know that Tracer's on the battlefield, right? So you either go push her because she's the only person to push right now, or you're just going to simply walk forward and wait for your team. I think like for you, it's like I like if there are people like hog hooks to block and Hanzo shots to block and a Winston to push, I want you focusing on frontline. But I think this is where the Overwatch 2 mindset has to kick in, is sometimes in Overwatch 2, especially with the removal of one tank, especially versus some compositions and especially on some crazy high ground maps, there is not going to be a front line for you to shield off and push. You are going to have to be way more comfortable with looking around on your left and on your right and being willing to just, you know what, I'm going to go swing in this Tracer, man. Right? Like right now, if you had perfect information, the best thing you could do right now would be get in this Tracer's face.
Sure.
You know, it sounds weird to say that, but like that's Overwatch 2. Mercy just gets caught in a bad position. And again here, like, I think you're probably dead no matter what happens here. But this is a situation where like you didn't push out this flank, you just kind of stood there. And then when you do walk out, okay, you take some damage. What does your mindset have to be right now?
Shield, protect myself. You
have to protect yourself. You're now at like critical HP essentially in terms of a tank because you're almost losing your entire armor. So turn shield, and if you turn shield and S key out, your Mercy might even be able to survive this. Like she will get zapped by Monkey, yes, but maybe your BAP can heal her up. But like let's actually see what happens to your Mercy here. Is it just Winston damage? Maybe it's a little bit of Moira, maybe it's a Hanzo shot, I don't know. She's probably dead either way, but it's certainly you didn't have to die for this, right? You could have shielded, S-keyed out, dealt with a Tracer, maybe get the kill, and then pushed back out as 5. But you're just here, you know? And I understand that, like, obviously that, like, you had one tick to give before the point was capped, but then shield, right? Buy some time. You just don't have the HP to swing.
Sure.
Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. Out. Good. Like this. Some of that dynamic Reinhardt, right? Like if you got to think about, like, I'm sure you've seen the videos where I talked about this, where you're like, you're Reinhardt, you can clear high grounds. You know what I'm saying? If you come up here, there is no tank in the game that can be able to take this away from you. You can clear all the space in the world for your Cassie. Just like, look at that Hanzo. He's got to leave. He can't stay. So now your Cassie has a good sightline. All right, let's get out. Maybe you can survive. You can. Surely. Nice. Shield. Oh. Nice. Nice. I mean, that's it right there. Like, do you see how bad this all felt? But you did the right thing. You disengaged. You played your HP. You helped your team out. That Hanzo overextends. Now this fight is actually winnable.
Okay.
Just shatter anybody. Brilliant. That's a fight win. Nice job.
Thanks.
Chaotic, very chaotic fight, but I think you did a pretty darn good job. Okay, now Overwatch 2 mindset a little bit here. So I think it's a little bit confusing because you're thinking, oh, I can push stuff, but like, what is a good position for you to hold here?
Ideally, we would like our team on high ground.
Sure.
And then the cart provides great cover with that long sight line.
Sure. So is there any particular reason for you to be on cart here right now?
Not right now, no.
Not right now. I think it's perfectly fine if you want to drop later, or if your team refuses to go high ground and you're just by yourself, which will happen in lower ranks, then that's fine. But I don't see any reason for you to just autopilot walk to cart, because the fight will probably be won or lost up here. And if you are on cart, you will not contribute to the fight whatsoever. In fact, I can guarantee... Yeah. See? That's it. Right.
So this is something that you mentioned. I struggle with this a little bit because a lot of times I will go, hey, we should really... And then I'll go up to the high ground and no one will follow. Or we'll go up there and then everyone drops immediately. Or and so some of these, everyone, and I was guilty of this too for a long time, but like, here's the path of the cart. That's where the whole game is played.
Yep. And especially at your rank, that's going to happen more often than not. But that doesn't mean that you can't at least start on high ground and then immediately react to what your team is doing. So like, I understand what you're saying, but like, you could see it here. You can go up with your Cassidy. Maybe your support follows. If your support does not follow, okay, then I'm just gonna drop. You know, but it's like having a fire extinguisher, right? You may never use it, but you need to at least do the one time where it's going to be useful. It's going to win you a team fight. So I think like here, the other thing is too, is like when you stay on cart, you confirm to your team that this is where you need to be playing. Educate your gold teammates. You know, you don't have to tell them what to do, but show them what to do. And then, okay, if they don't move, then fine. Okay. It's better to play as a team than it is to play, like to die on that hill, literally. But it sucks losing a team fight like this just because you didn't think that your teammates would use high ground, and then they did, and then, you know. Yeah. I mean, there's just no way that you can possibly win this fight now, so. If there's a high ground where you get up on and it's like gonna take ages for you to get to your team if they don't come with you, then maybe. So just use your judgment. DC? Maybe not. Now, what's the problem here? Do you know what the current like numbers game is right now? Like, you see it? Maybe I haven't been trying.
As far as team, we're even.
We're even, okay. What is your HP right now?
Full.
And what is your shield HP?
Full, I think.
Basically, yeah. So what does that mean for you as a Reinhardt player?
I need to be doing something.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm not, maybe you misread here. Maybe you thought that you were down 2 or down 1 or... but if you make the right read in the kill feed here, then you would know that you need to be pushing here right now. No. Don't need to feed, but you need to be taking space.
Yeah.
Because your Reaper's just... I mean, he's dead. Like, you guys are even and you just kind of left him. And now you're walking forward. Oh no. Yeah. Unfortunate. Kind of what we talked about at the start of the VOD, right? The hook.
Yep.
One thing that you can be looking for, if anything. Here it comes. I can smell it. Wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shatter. Nice. Okay. Seems okay. I appreciate the use of the corner there. That's always really, really good. Corners are Reinhardt's best friend. We'll keep going. Do you have any questions so far, by the way?
Nope. Okay. I could tell you though, like the one thing we pointed out the most is shield a little earlier, before your health gets so low. Okay. In one of Flats's videos, he was, and maybe some of it was kind of a joke that I maybe took too seriously. I don't know, but he said one of his teammates was like, "Dude, you were critical the whole game." He's like, "Yeah, you have to play like on the edge, be." Swing, put your shield up, and so that was kind of where that thought of. Yeah.
You could, with all due respect, this is why like coaches are coaches and players. The thing is with that is like what happens is you have players that like they're at a certain rank and they've gotten at a certain rank, but they don't really remember what fundamentals got them to that certain rank. So then they play. You know what I'm saying? Like it's difficult for a great player to tell you that you just need to be playing super aggressively life on the edge. Well, he has the mechanics and the supports that are always going to be aware of those sort of things. And even then, he's speaking relative to anything else. If Flats truly played as if he never cared about his HP whatsoever, he wouldn't win a game. You know what I'm saying? It's
Sure.
in relation to other players of his rank, he's going to play more aggressively. And to be honest with you, Flats is a great player, but he's not hottie either. You know what I'm saying? He's not an Overwatch League pro either. So even by that parameter, maybe not the best. So just be very careful.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what's the problem here? What's the problem? From you.
From me,
Yes.
is that our hog is out there fighting, and well, so I mean, I see this happening, but I think, okay, if I go out there, like I feel like he's feeding now, and if I go out there, I'm just feeding too. Now I
Maybe.
might be wrong, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and I understand that, and you're not wrong, but that becomes a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, depending on your reaction. This is where your judgment is going to be very important. Hog gets a kill. Everybody now on the enemy team is looking at Hog. If you react right now and walk forward, your Hog will survive.
Okay.
If you do not react in time, if you push now, it's over, right? You've lost the fight. You kind of see what I'm saying? So if you see somebody, a Genji Tracer, anybody, Roadhog, I mean, you're not going to be with a Roadhog anymore, but like going for a crazy aggressive play, if you match their timing with aggression, that will more often than not work out okay. Maybe not clean, but it'll work out okay. If you do not and you miss that opportunity, then yeah, you're right. You just need to chill. You kind of see what I'm saying? Because the window to help them has passed, and then all you'll be doing is throwing another corpse in the pile. So I'm not going to blame you for not pushing here, but I think it would have been optimal if you did push with your Hog. But at this point, it's definitely too late. As a tank, it's going to be so important that you're able to keep track of exactly what's happening. Like even here, right? A little bit of game sense. Your BAP gets stuck, he's dead. Your Mercy goes for probably a stupid res.
But I need to jump up and help her.
Right.
Shield it.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this fight probably lost? Yeah, probably. But if you guys get the BAP res off, maybe you guys can get a trade, right? Like at this point in time with the spawns that you have, the trade is really good. If you could push up here, maybe get a kill on that Moira, on the Reaper, on the Winston, that will maybe force Primal Rage or Coalescence out. You guys need to get a kill or need to force an ult out, right? You see your team kind of feeding here, and then your response isn't to help them feed, it's to disengage. But the problem is that now you're just guaranteeing that you're never going to get it. I mean, I think at this point in time, maybe I'm being a little hasty here, but if you guys don't make a huge play here, I think you've lost this point. I think this might be it. Right here, I think it might be over. Yeah, it's over. And the reason I knew that was because like you just knew that this fight was going to be a mess, and then that you were not going to actually be able to get a recontest. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like you never actually took, like there were no team fights. What happened is your Hog fed, you looked at him, your Mercy fed, and you looked at her. And you're not wrong, that res was really stupid. That Hog push was also really stupid. But you have to be willing to play around them. Like in the same, like you played around your team when they wanted to play around cart, like you just told me that, but then you're not willing to play around your team when they play kind of silly aggressive, right? So
okay, so yeah. I need to do a better job of doing, even if what they're doing isn't the greatest, I need to like, they need
try and help them out.
They need me to jump up and
try and help them out. If it's too late and you're like, okay, they've already committed, they're already dead essentially, then yeah, just fully disengage. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So just a little bit of context for the attack here. The Lucio was, I can't remember his voice or just text chat, but he did say that he was going to amp us through the choke here.
Okay.
So the plan was for me to go through this room to prevent how long they were going to be able to see our team.
Seems good.
And amp and make a sharp turn around the left corner here.
That's probably the best place for you to push, is Ryan. If you get a team that can coordinate that push through left, that is by far the best path. Do you have any? By the way, do you have any questions so far?
No, don't think so.
Okay. Let's keep going. That looked pretty good. I liked it. Obviously, I mean, it was clear that you gave context for that because you were kind of angry that your Genji didn't come with you and then got hooked.
Yeah.
And I get that. I think as long as you called your path here, your team uses their eyes, I think this is fine. I'm obviously, like, your team doesn't go the pathing that they wanted you to, but obviously if you have time to see this in reaction time, you can adjust. Kind of similar to what we did or said earlier. But if you don't have time to adjust, like, let's say the good things about this, right? You get the amp speed out, you get on top of really the most important person that's like a threat to your team, right? And then let's what is good about this?
I mean, we've pushed them all the way back to the point, and I killed Roadhog and maybe one other person.
Yeah. But look at your HP. Did you see your HP?
Yeah, it's full the whole time.
So you kept swinging, right?
Yeah.
You just kept swinging. You keep swinging.
Yeah.
Keep swinging. Keep swinging. Oh, 360. A little bit of HP, a little bit of swing, back to shield. And I don't know if you're doing this on purpose or not, but that looked okay, right? That looked okay. You guys were down one almost instantly and things got messy. But from your side of things, that's kind of like what we want to aim for, right? Okay. Imagine Overwatch 2 gonna be able to curl around this and end up like here. It's gonna be great. With that pen, that's gonna be awesome.
You're right.
Okay. Now, can you push this?
Yeah, we're 5-on-5.
I think you're like 4-on-3 or 4-on-4, but yeah, I think so. Okay, did you know that you had your Ana behind you?
I believe so.
Okay, then we're good. Nice. Walk. Walk. What do you need to be doing a little bit right now? Shield. Just like literally for like 1 second, you'll go back to 500 HP.
Yep.
Nice. Go push again. Nice. Keep pushing. Like right now, why are you not pushing? You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Why are you not pushing? Push, push, push. And it really, at this point, it's really up to you who to push. You can be like, I'm going to kill the Mercy first. I'm going to kill the Moira. The Hog is the one that's going to carry this fight, so I'm going to push him. I'm down with really whatever you want to push here.
Yeah.
Stopping the res. Didn't quite get it. That's okay. Here comes the Shatter. Shatter now. Nice. Again, it's like... that was like significantly better, you know? And it helps a lot when you have amp speed, obviously. Like, that's always everybody's favorite. But you can still see flashes of where, like, you're not considering your HP, whether you're too critical or whether you're full HP. You're not really attentive to that. Okay. Nice job, though. Nice job. Looks good.
Thanks.
Nice. Got the corner here. Don't peek. Get your HP up. Uh-oh. Oh! You almost got him. Alright, fight was pretty much lost. I'm curious, like, how, like, what was happening in this fight, actually. Yeah, I don't really blame you here. So this is where, like, we talk about high ground here, but what's the problem about pushing high ground super early right now?
I don't think the cart is through the corner yet.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we don't have a full team.
Yeah, I don't think you would have a full team just yet. So, so that ends up costing your Sigma a lot of his HP, a lot of his cooldowns, and then they just flux. You guys don't beat, and that's it. Yeah, I think you played this fight reasonably well. Okay.
Okay.
Shield, 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 shield. Just like even like a microsecond sooner, right? Like that second swing after he's already dead. You know, I'm picking on you. I'm being nitpicky here, but I'm just pointing out, right?
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
How you get better? Nitpick.
True. True. Sometimes nitpicking can just be too much information,
There's
right?
a balance, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, this looked pretty reasonable, right? I think we could have even gotten like an extra swing in there, given the HP that you're at. You're like 450, I think. Yeah, and I love this too, right? Like, why are you pinning in right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Because I have a wall that I can stop on if I need to.
Yeah.
And there's, they're very distracted.
Yeah. Why are they distracted?
Because Genji's ulting.
Yes, that's the answer we're looking for.
That's the key the cue to be aggressive.
Exactly, exactly. Your Nanoblade, you're fluxing, you're beating in, your Reapers in their backline, your Tracers killing, like force their back lamp. That's the key to be aggressive. It's all about like the teammate mentality. Like you're going to be a good teammate. You're going to help your Genji either by absorbing cooldowns and baiting attention, or if he fails in Nanoblade and everybody focuses him down, then you're going to kill 6, right? Because they're all looking at him. This is perfect. Like what are they supposed to do? Like what is that Sigma supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? He's got a Genji in his backline, and then you just pin in. This is really good. Really, really good stuff.
Thanks.
This is kind of what I would have liked to have seen a little bit more on third point defense, right?
Yeah.
Those were different scenarios. Like, your Mercy's kind of feeding in an even worse way, and your Hog was feeding in a worse way, but the mentality needs to be the same. I think... I still think maybe you could go high and sit here, see if anybody comes, and if nobody comes, just drop immediately and go back to cart.
So I'm curious to see what you think about this, whether you think it was good or not, but the team kill was great. Like the whole team
ASMR right there. I'm sorry, I don't have to go ahead. That fire strike was like absolutely delightful. Go ahead.
So like this point's really hard to cap because of the spawn, right?
Yep.
And it's like, okay, their whole team is in spawn.
Yep.
Sucks to walk out of that castle.
Yeah.
And the cart is going to be in view of
Here.
that tunnel. And so I was doing the group up with me just to make sure that everybody was paying attention. But I wanted to keep everybody in that door as much as I could.
Yep, I know what's coming. Let's go. I'm ready for it. Yes.
So a little bit of bad luck here, maybe, or I don't know.
Okay. Here's the deal.
So I know Sigma has flux, and so even if I die in this, like they're all trapped there.
Yeah.
And he can flux them too.
Yeah, frankly, I think this is just mechanical goof up from you. I don't think the decision is bad. You should have shattered earlier. You should have short pinned Moira. The problem is here is where you're pinning is just too risky. Like, even if you get the pin here, you're gonna die because of how deep. Because you're no longer shattering here, killing on the tunnel. Do you see where you're pinning in? You're going in here. Your aim is here. This is no longer safe zone for you. This is death zone, right? And that's why you end up getting pinned, is because their Ryan just presses shift, and now you're screwed. The shatter itself, fine. The idea was fine. I wouldn't overthink it too much.
Did I try to pin here? I didn't see where I tried to pin.
I'll show you.
So the Discord thing is so blurry. I'm watching it on Twitch instead.
Okay. It's the bit rate probably. Okay.
Yeah.
So here, there's the shatter. Do you see? So you didn't try and pin. Excuse me.
No, I was just trying to swing on it.
But either way, do you see the problem?
I mean, that's why I got pinned. Is
because of where you're positioned. Do you see?
Yeah.
You're like, if you had simply, like, I understand that person's down. So I really wouldn't overthink the situation. I just think this is a little bit of some bad judgment, and a better Ryan here maybe counterpins, right? And then you don't get knocked down, or you get knocked down and there's maybe a slightly higher chance of you living. I wouldn't overthink this one too much.
Okay.
I think maybe even you win this fight anyway, because of, like, you force literally every cooldown in the world, and your team is going to clean up off of it, potentially. Surely you win.
Yeah.
I think the other door was faster, by the way, for you, the left door.
Oh, okay.
You could also pin up through here and get back faster.
Okay.
Just little details. Okay. Don't hate it. What do you have right now that you need to be using?
Health.
Yes, that is the correct answer. World's worst Overwatch coach. Legit uninstall. I'm done, man. I've got no more feedback. Okay. Yeah. Theoretically, you had some HP there. It didn't last too long. I think. Okay. If we want to talk about micro, okay, this is actually like the most unlucky time in the world. Does he just flash or fan the second you drop shield? I want to see this. Oh, of course, he fans the hammer. Legitimately, the pixel you drop your shield. Okay, and then you get shattered. Okay, well, disregard everything I've told you in this entire coaching session. I clearly don't know what I'm talking about. I think, like, in all seriousness, I think the one thing there we could say is that, like, okay, this is the risk of, like, swinging, like, in the open rather than your corner, like, the nitpick. But to be honest with you, mate, I wouldn't really overthink it. It's the same thing as the last team fight where mechanically, maybe it doesn't work or maybe you get a little bit unlucky, but, like, that's the right mindset you need to be in. Just care shatter. Holy cow. Unfortunate. I'm trying to think mechanically here. So, little detail here. What's the problem about your positioning here, if we break it down to the micro?
I should have went on the other side of the cart.
Why?
It's a better sight line for my support.
Yeah. Why
and
else?
I can protect my team.
And why else? Why else? There's 3 reasons why.
I screwed this up bad.
Yeah, you sure did. Shame on you.
I also have the corner
yes!
as well as the cart.
Yes. If you get shot here, you theoretically have the cart. Don't rely on the cart. Use swing here. Not only is it a direct line for your support, not only are you protecting your team, but if you get low, you've got this corner here. And you even have like the high ground here, which is cover as well. So like that sorry should be dead, man. Like that sorry just should be dead. Like you actually bypass the entire enemy team. Yeah, you kind of go ring around the rosy.
And on the wrong side of the cart again.
Nice block. He was so excited that he built that shatter so fast, he just ruined his day. It was gonna be the best gold montage ever, and he just ruined it. Okay, let's see. Again, like you see how you're having a tendency to swing wide here. Yeah, play the corner. There will be times where I will want you to like clear, like let's say there's a DPS up here, go clear the DPS, but then you're getting suction right back to the corner as soon as you can. A little bit of mechanic goof there. That's okay. She should die. Get her. Use that fire strike. Nice. Oh, almost double. Shield. Nice. Get peeled back up. Walk forward. The other good news as well is, I believe, chat may correct me if I'm wrong, but Overwatch 2, I think Ryan moves a little bit faster while he's shielding as well, so that helps a lot too.
I need to do better at, I'm starting to try to work in more shield hopping too to help move faster. That's
always helpful. Ah, nice. I'm unsure here. Part of me is like, I appreciate you taking a 2-for-1 here. I don't know. I think this is probably fine. You take 2-for-1 and you get a kill and you shut down one of their DPS. I think it's probably fine.
I was a little frustrated that the Bob got through me there too. But
yeah, that was odd. The animation, he kind of materializes
behind me.
Yeah, he materializes a little bit in front of her and not directly on her.
Because if I could have stopped him on me, this all ends way sooner.
Okay, this is what we talked just a little bit about. I know you're like, I have Fire Strike, I want to use it, but what's the problem? 3, 2, yeah. You already know it. Right here, no. Unless that person is 1 HP, no. Because that ends up costing you another 100 HP, and against a better hog, you're dead.
Yeah.
And like right now, dying would be just tragic, because this fight's won as long as you guys stay alive.
Yeah.
Almost. Okay, we win. Surely we win. Okay, yes, we win. Okay. So, I'm gonna say, this is gonna come across rude, but it's not. There's nothing special about your mistakes, put it in a nutshell. You're playing fine, your HP management isn't great, your teammate awareness isn't great, your mechanics aren't great, your use of cover isn't great. You're just a decent Reinhardt at that rank, you know what I'm saying? The reason why that's good though is because there isn't anything fancy or super big brain that you need to work on, it's just fundamentals. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. At least from what we've seen. Nice fire strike. Good. So, here's the thing. We talked a little bit about HP management, but how you want to spend it or where you want to spend it also depends. Like earlier here, you were pinning in here, but there's also nothing wrong with just simply holding the corner and spending the HP when they actually cross the choke as well. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Okay. It's unfortunate. I think theoretically we talked a little bit about Roadhog Hook, but honestly it's also on your supports to be able to not walk into it as well, so I'm not going to give you too hard of a time. Okay. Oh, jeez, what on earth happened here? Ah! Okay. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I don't know why I jumped out.
Yeah, it wasn't the best decision. We're gonna talk about why I'm so willing to just like ignore those type of mistakes in just a second, because I think it's very important. So this is where like even you could even think about using your HP in a different manner as well. So like your Moira phase in the backline and Cole's. How can you be spending your HP right now? There's like two different ways. Could you theoretically push this target?
I could, but I don't. It takes a lot to kill her. While I mean, I could get lucky with a pin, maybe.
Maybe. Will you be punished if you pin this Moira? Will you die for it?
No.
No. Why?
Because my team is there,
Well,
and the rest of their team is by the.
And what is your HP right now?
Full.
Yeah, so you can play a little bit more aggressively to counter. So that may not be the best decision, though. Like you said, kind of an RNG. How else can you spend your HP? And getting value this team fight.
I could be pressuring the people who are closer to the cart a little bit more to make sure that they're not helping the people who are by our back line.
You don't necessarily need to go in like going crazy swinging on the back line, right? But if you just kind of walk forward and just hold shield on that Roadhog, hold shield on that Doomfist, maybe absorb some of that pressure, shield hop backwards, make sure that Lucio spam, that hook, that Doomfist engage has to go through you. There's your space. There's your value as a Reinhardt, right? So right now, do not let these guys play the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have the HP to do it. You don't need to be so scared. Like this is okay. This is okay. I think you could have played that one better in terms of like that Roadhog didn't need to get a full shot in your head, but like that was kind of the right mindset, right? Like look at all the attention that you bought, and that your team is now nice, cozy, and safe, right? Again, do you see the issue here though? Wait for it.
I'm low.
Yeah, you're low and you're dropping shield. Get punched, okay? Shield, shield, bro. Do not swing. Shield. Trust your team to kill the Doomfist. I never think like I gotta get a swing. No. Keep yourself alive. You have taken so much pressure from off of your team right now. If your team can't kill the Doomfist, then I mean it happens, right? You can't worry about it. And now you're split. Now it's just like a real train wreck. What? I'm gonna have to see what happened there in a second. Get him. Oh, yes. Nice job. Okay, what happens here? I really want to know.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is just excellent. This Reaper is in gold or silver or whatever. He knows the melee cancel on reload. Did you just see that? He melee canceled his reload animation for extra 2% damage or potential speed. You know, you see that, right? Like, look at his ammo. You see that? So that's like a very, very niche Reaper tech, right? But he just wraiths off the map. There's just a delicious amount of irony in that, right? That he does the perfect mechanical, like GM one-trick Reapers don't always get this right, but he just walks off the map. So this is why you do. This is why you eat your vegetables, guys. You can watch all the Karki videos you want, but if you don't know how to play the game, it's not going to help you too much. Okay. All right. Let's finish this VOD out. I think we'll have time to finish it out. Oh gosh, screw that character, man. Okay. Speed out. We push out to the left. We get through. You get a swing. You get another swing. What should you be doing right now?
Shielding.
Shielding? A little slow, right? You're still swinging. Just shield. And the thing is, the funny thing is like you could kind of read the battlefield too and be like, I don't have to even AFK while I'm shielding necessarily. Like let's just say that your Ana's with you. You don't have to necessarily stand here and wait for your HP to come back. You could walk forward and be actively taking space with shield while you're regenerating your HP. Do you kind of see what I'm saying? Now, if there's a Reinhardt swinging on you, yeah, you might need to give some space and play a corner. But like right now, everything on the enemy team is M1 essentially, and they can't shoot a shield. Well, they can't kill you through a shield. So like right now, you could be walking forward with your shield. And you could just be a general nuisance. You could just walk forward with the shield, be like, haha, I'm literally not gonna drop my shield. I'm just gonna be like this Roadhog's personal little shield maiden, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. This fight gets messy. I don't think your Ana actually even made it through the choke. This is exactly what I was just talking about. You see this? Mm-hmm. Like, look at how much attention you just took there from me. That Zarya just wasted like 6 seconds on you, and you didn't even die.
Yeah.
No, Moira Orb. Please do not drop your shield. Please do not drop your shield. No! No, you just needed to survive. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, a little bit of mechanics there, too. You kind of whiffed the pin. That sucks. Okay. Alrighty. Surely we win this. We got this. We got this one in the bag. Uh-oh. Ah! This one is locked. I can just easiest win in the world. Fire strike. Fire strike. Fire strike. Nice. Oh, crud. Fire strike. Yes! No! Nice. 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 In the bag. Nice. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. 3, 2, 1, shatter. Shatter. Please ignore the mercy. Okay. Yeah, you guys win. Okay. Probably.
I shattered a ball here eventually.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, greatest Reinhardt of all time. Okay. Lots of good things, lots of kind of meh things, right? I think at least for this VOD, my initial take is that I think you're pretty mediocre at everything. But at your rank, that's a good thing. I don't think you have any major weaknesses. I think it's going to be a little bit of working on. Well, you tell me. Do you think were the most poignant or most impactful things that stood out here?
Making sure I'm on a corner when I can be, and I need to be shielding sooner.
Okay. Well, let's not put it that way. Let's give a more well-rounded, because the opposite was also true, right? There were many times where were shielding AFK at full HP, right?
Shielding sooner as my health is dropping.
Yeah. I want you just to play around your HP more. That's it. Play around your HP more, and if I could combine two things into one for you, I would say play around your HP more, be more attentive to your HP, and be attentive to your team's positioning, whether they're going for a feed flank or whether that Ana is actually with you or whether she's being pressured by a tracer. If you focus on those two things, this is something that I talk about with every tank VOD, is the awareness of your team's positioning, and then for you specifically, the awareness of like, what is my HP like and what does that mean I could do? I think that will be good things for you to practice on moving forward. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Now, if you're feeling frisky, you can look at your corners. You could talk about like, was there an opportunity for me to like help my team on high ground? Was there an opportunity for me to clear angles? You can look at your shatters. You can look at whether you're forcing fire strike when you're low HP. I guess that kind of ties into the HP thing. But there's you want a detail? We gave you detail. We gave you way too much detail. So you were talking about like you don't really know what to look for in your review. Well, now you do. What are you going to look for? If you were to review your next Reinhardt game, what would you be looking for now?
I would be looking for my team awareness and making sure that I'm shielding at appropriate times.
Yes.
When my armor is gone, when I'm low HP, or there's a teammate to protect and I'm low HP.
Sure. Sure. Seems good. I mean that those are things that you don't need a coach to look for exactly anymore. You can kind of like look at the battlefield and use the replay viewer and be like, yo, I could have been a little bit more aggressive here, or I should have like played my life more here. And remember, just because you don't die doesn't mean necessarily that it was good. Like we saw a couple times like on that first defense where you were critical HP and basically a non-factor for 45 seconds because you weren't playing around your HP, right? So okay, do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well, if you do come up with them, my DMs are always open. Just shoot me a message or a question anytime you want to. And you have a good rest of your day, sir.
Thanks, you too.
All right, cheers. Okay, so that was Alps. Like a really good encapsulation of like what we kind of expect from Gold Reinhardt. Obviously, like pretty quickly improving as well. There was a lot of really, really good things to say about his Reinhardt gameplay. And like I said, it's sometimes you have people who have very glaring weaknesses, and then sometimes they just have people that just need a little bit of work at everything. I think when I was playing through as main tank and through flex support, I was probably a lot like this player, where it was like I didn't really have any major weaknesses because I was aware of like good, quote unquote, good gameplay. So if I was feeding or doing something really stupid, I generally would call myself out in it. But it was just like genuine mediocrity in different categories that needed to kind of improve. And I think with some dedicated practice and the amount of time that this guy is playing, I think we'll see improvement. Yeah, I agree, Anima. Okay, we're going to move on to the next VOD in just a second. Chat, one more in-depth Overwatch 1 review. This is the last in-depth Overwatch 1 review that we're going to be doing. So hold on to your butt cheeks, and we're going to get started in just a second. Do you guys have any quick questions before we move along that I can answer in 2 seconds or less? How many channel points for VOD review? Actually, do I even have channel points for VOD review? I used to. I don't know if I should do. See, the reason I took it down is because I don't even know if I want to be able to do that or not, because it was always super awkward to manage, because people would cash it in at a weird time, and I just didn't have the time to do it at the time, or I'd have to schedule it. It was a big pain in the butt cheeks. So maybe we in general, like my stream thing is like, huh?
Can people cash in points for me to review their VOD?
Cash in points for you to review their VOD? No, I think we'd have to pay people to do that. I think the thing that I need to work on with my streaming is I need to figure out like what is the motivation for subscriptions, and what the heck do channel points do, and then also like what else are we going to be streaming, because doing only in-depth VOD reviews has been what I've wanted to work on for the short term, but we need to expand here. You know, we need to do better than that. Okay, no pressure, Kick Puncher. Yeah, he's or she is ready. Let's get started. Wait for it. Okay, let's get started. Yeah, sure. No pressure, but this is it right here. So
Yeah.
if you are a disaster, everyone's gonna know about it for the rest of time.
Great, that's why I'm here.
Okay. So you embrace the pressure. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's a good mindset to be in. All right, we're already all set. So let me skim through your little coaching form here. Kick Puncher. Okay. So why did you get coaching? What was your goal with coaching?
Well, like I'm a really competitive person, even though I'm playing this game like pretty much casually. I've played competitive sports like throughout most of my life, and I want to get better at everything I do, and I want to be the best. So that's why I'm here, and I really like the pointers you're giving and your attention to details.
Okay, appreciate it. Glad to help. You just like being competing at everything. If you were to say a long-term goal with Overwatch, You said improving in the short term. Do you have an SR that you would love to ballpark, like get to at some point?
Yeah, well, I'd like to land GM,
Okay.
but I don't know if it's possible with the time, like the time I have to play the game.
I appreciate when people say that because that tells me that they're being realistic with things. Like realistic doesn't necessarily mean that you're not, you can't shoot high, right? Like you just understand that like at least right now, I'm not going to be able to put in enough time to be able to get to where that is. But what may happen is as you put in more time, maybe either you improve faster than you think you will, or you get more efficient at it, or maybe you're like, I really, really like getting better at Overwatch and I'm going to make more time for it. So you have to at least try, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know exactly how you feel. I remember when I was like first started, my initial goal was Diamond. And then as I got to Diamond, I was like, man, am I going to be able to put in the time for GM? Like, am I going to be able to get there? And it turned out I was able to make time, and I didn't even stay GM, right? I played in GM for like a season and a half, like 2 seasons, barely. And that was it. I got my goal, and I was really, excited about it. And maybe that's the same for you too. So you say, I'm looking through your form, and you talked a little bit about it. You want to master everything you enjoy in life. Overwatch helps you process things way faster. Become a better ball hockey player. What's ball hockey?
It's hockey with the ball in a gymnasium.
Oh, nice. Tell me about it. Please tell me about it. That sounds fun.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's really fun. It's we're playing like you can either play 4-on-4 or 3-on-3, and I play center, like forward, and like when I got into because I found out about you, I think through it's either your Overwatch or SVB video, and I like binged all of your content, and I followed you ever since then, and when I've started really get into the specifics and the dynamics of Overwatch, I found that there's a real there's real similarities between hockey and Overwatch.
Yes.
And it's really I think the main concept is the subsequent decision making. Like you need to make the right decision at the right time. And when I got into that, like honestly, the game of hockey slowed down significantly for me. Like
really?
I went from being constantly overwhelmed by everything, and now I was like one of the best player, and I could make plays and see everything because Overwatch is so fast.
Fascinating. That's fascinating. I was talking with a mental performance coach, Landon, who works with a lot of like pro League of Legends teams, and he's really good at what he does. Anyway, and he was saying something that was really impactful to me, and I've always kind of shifted my perception of esports. And he was saying that like competitive video games is unlike almost any other even sport in the world. It's so like if you think about like Overwatch at the highest level, even playing probably a relatively fast sport like ball hockey, the amount of information that you have to process and react to, sounds, aim, movement, corners, ultimates, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And it's like it almost pushes the human brain to like another level. It can be very stressful at times, but that's super cool. That's awesome. So you're a DPS player, and what attracted you to DPS initially?
Well, I'm not exactly a DPS player because I've played just so you get the context of my play time of Overwatch.
Sure.
I've played probably since like 2016.
Okay.
Just when Ana came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have like a lot of time, so at first I played tank, and then when the 222 came out, since I had not so much time, I just queued flex. So I ended up a lot playing tank and support. So I got pretty comfortable in them, and I usually queue with my best friend when we're playing tank duo, so I'm the off tank, and since Overwatch came out, I figured I should push for DPS because I got pretty good mechanics, and I really like playing DPS. It's just that I didn't had so much time to get into it because the queue time was so long, and the general usually in voice chat it's quite toxic if you don't perform quite well, and I when you're tired after a long day of work, you don't really want to have that kind of dynamic. And
Sure, I understand
yeah, so
that.
that's. But now you're really like I played a lot of mystery heroes and quick play because it was really quick to play a game of Overwatch. So I got pretty familiar with a lot of heroes. Right now I'm maining Cass, but I'm gonna be maining Sojourn since I've played the 2 betas and I was really good at her. So that's
Okay.
what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna go from Cassian to Sojourn, and we'll see from there. Okay, so a lot of information kind of to process for me, so I'm gonna kind of break it down little bit by little bit here. So when you play Flex, you said it was mostly just because you didn't have a lot of time to play, and so the queue times were something that you could exploit with the Flex, and you did enjoy playing all the different heroes. Is that the case?
Yep.
Okay. Keep in mind that, I mean, I guess put this in like a ball hockey perspective. If you were to go from a decent ball hockey player to a pro, you would have to kind of like a pro ball hockey player, bear with me, but you'd have to be you'd have to specialize, right?
Yep.
You would need to specialize. You don't need to specialize early, but given the amount of time that you put into this game already, you need to, at this point, to move to the next level, to move beyond what are you, like mid-plat right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
27. Yeah.
Okay, so you need to be able to find what's the next step, and the next step for you is going to be specialization.
Okay.
And that needs to be a priority for you. That means no quick play. That means no mystery heroes. Not ever, but though, like when you're actively training and getting better, you want at least 3 or 4, maybe 5 games on the hero that you're trying to work on in competitive. The good news is that I'm hoping and I assume that DPS queue times will be rather quick in Overwatch 2. You got a brand new support hero, you only have 1 tank, and you have a bunch of new tank reworks that are going to make people want to play tank. And DPS did get Sojourn, yes, but I think in general, DPS, and there'll be a lot of new players, way more players. So I imagine DPS queue times will be fast. That will be my expectation.
Okay. Yeah.
So you shouldn't have to spend as much time in queue. So,
Sure.
make your decision how you like, but if you want to get better, if you want to get to that GM or Diamond or Masters, then you're going to need to spend time specializing in DPS Hitscan.
Yeah, and I was worried that you're gonna say that, so that's why I'm here too. Like, I'm ready to commit to that, so there's no problem.
Here's the thing. I want you to be ready to commit to that in the short term. If you spend a month and a half, 2 months in Overwatch 2, and you're like, I just don't enjoy committing, I enjoy playing for Flex, then that's fine. Be a Flex player, have fun, and we can even give you things to improve on it as a Flex player. Like we can talk about game sense and macro. It's going to be a lot harder to rank up, but we could do that too. But I'm just saying, if you really want to rank up, that's going to be the fastest way to do it, hands down. Okay.
Yep.
And then if it's not fun for you anymore, then maybe we adjust. Okay, so obviously, like, your hero pool is unbelievably big, but
Yeah.
that's hopefully going to be fixed. 6 hours of sleep is definitely a little bit on the low end, especially for somebody like it. I always look at like DPS players are like, you're like the show offs. Okay, you guys need your sleep and you guys go hard. So if you can get more than 6 hours of sleep, I don't know what your work schedule is like. I don't know what your life schedule is like, but if you can get more than 6, jumping from 6 to 7 is a massive jump. So just something to consider.
Yeah, I'm getting 7. I don't know why. It must have been a typo.
Okay, that's awesome. That is really good to hear. Okay, so then I'm never satisfied though, because you know what I'm going to tell you. Why aren't you getting 8?
Yeah.
Never satisfied. I'm not satisfied until you're sleeping 20 hours a day. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's question per se, but
Sure.
again, it's like maybe I'm a little lost in the game right now because I mentioned that I played a lot of quick play and I usually ended up playing against master and GMs in quick play.
Yes.
Even though I'm plat.
Yes.
Like I know it's matchmaking in general. I don't want to lean too much into it. So, but it's just that sometimes I'm lost in in the dynamics of the macro play. Like in lower ranks, like things tend to be like a lot more slow, a lot more passive. But I'm used to a lot of aggression when I play a quick play with higher players, higher ranked players. So that usually, and it's easier. I find it easier in support and tanks to impose rhythm, the pace of the play.
Yes.
But as a DPS, I usually find that I don't have maybe it's because I didn't play like enough, but I don't know how to push the pace of the game when I'm playing DPS. And you know, when things get shaky and messy, like I really want to be an anchor for my team, and that's something I'm really struggling with right now. And you know, especially I think this game was like the perfect game that I could have sent you. You know, voice chat was really messy.
Oh,
like
I
the
want to
two
talk with you about
tanks.
that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I almost forgot to talk about that, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well, there's the language barrier because you know, with my accent, you know, I speak mainly French, so you know, I have
Your
like
accent is almost like zero, to be honest with you. You speak very good English.
cool, but still, like I still need like 0.5 seconds sometimes, like to find my words and get the right expression in and everything.
Yes.
And you know, it's really you know, I have a really strategic brain, so
Yes.
it's really frustrating to not get my point across like I want to. And when things get heated, like to get the right wit and you know the right comeback, it's really hard. And since I want to impose pace and drive the play, like this is something that I'm really struggling with. So I want to have like principles to fall back on when things get heated, so I
Sure.
can just focus on my play.
Yes.
And you know, let my play speak instead of words.
Yes. I think that's 100. I mean, you're already ahead of where I want you to go. I think like the key thing for me is that like this is something I'm sure that you've heard me say before, but I climbed from Diamond to GM without using voice chat. I wasn't even in voice chat. I did start using voice chat after GM Plus because the quality of the comms is pretty high in GM Plus. But like I just didn't need it. What I did is I forced myself to be attentive to what my teammates were doing and to what the enemy teammates were doing, and use my eyes and my ears based off of the game, what the game was telling me, and not what my stupid Plat teammates were telling me. And that doesn't mean I wasn't a good team player. I was focusing on what actually mattered, not what my Rhine was saying to do, what my Rhine was actually doing. You kind of see what I'm saying? And I think that's 100% what you need to be doing, which is exactly what you were saying, is like let your actions speak and not your words. So for you, if you really like joining voice chat, that's fine, but you need to be willing to leave voice chat at the drop of a hat. I mean, anything goes wrong, any sort of, I'm not just saying like it goes wrong in a bad, if it's anything distracting, you need to go.
Sure.
You need to go.
All right.
It is often a hindrance. So.
Yeah, and last clarification on this. Like this game, our two tanks had, let's say, creative differences, and the SR gap was quite large. You know, it was like 900 SR. So there was one like Sublime on the other team was like 3,400.
Yeah.
And I think one of our support was like 22 or 23 or so. I don't know. Like. So yeah.
Good stuff. Okay. Last little thing when it comes to the quick play thing, when you're playing up against masters and GMs, just so you're aware, the way quick play matching work is, as you know, the matchmaking is always messy. But do you usually do you solo queue play or do you stack?
Solo.
Okay. So when you're solo queuing quick play, you're probably going like full try hard mode. Do you generally like go pretty try hard in quick play, like give it good effort?
Yeah, always.
Okay. So well, then there's your key right there. I'm the same way, and so I generally have a pretty high MMR in quick play. But you have to keep in mind most people don't take it that seriously, which is why you're going to be playing up against players that are way higher ranked than you.
I get it. Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's begin. I'm gonna start stream. I have a lot of heard some complaints about bitrate on this, so if it gets bad, you can always hop in Twitch stream. Just let me know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get started. So the key thing with DPS is putting yourself in the best possible position for your hero, and then finding ways with your mechanics to win team fights. It's really that simple. And the reason why that's important is because literally every single hero in the Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2 cast has completely different playstyles. So cast, as in with a T. So your Hanzos, your Cassidys, your Tracers, your Sombras, your Genjis, every single one of them have signature strengths, whether it's high ground or mid-range, long-range, short-range, flanker ability, independence, non-independence, one-shots, close-range damage, whatever, that tells you how to position with that hero. So if you look at Cassidy, what does Cassidy do? Like, what are Cassidy's strengths, would you say?
Well, in Overwatch 1, it's CC.
Okay.
It's pretty strong. You know, and it's the not quick hit, the hit scan. Like the headshots do a lot of damage in short range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so short to mid range, you would say.
Yeah.
Obviously the flash goes away, but you get a sticky grenade instead. So what would you say Cassidy is good at? If you were saying Cassidy versus Soldier in short to mid range, do you like your chances of winning that duel?
Didn't get it.
If you were playing Cassidy versus a Soldier in like short or mid range, do you like winning? Do you think you can win that duel most of the time?
Yeah.
Okay, what
Also,
about
good.
Doomfist?
Yeah, a bit less.
Bit less, but still, especially if you're letting that sticky, it's over, right?
Yep.
Even Hanzo in short range. Maybe Stormbow makes things a little bit tricky, but yeah, Hanzo you're probably fine. Tracer is tough, but is doable. Genji, same thing, tough but doable. Widowmaker, you roll if you get close to her. Junkrat is a little tricky, but do you kind of see where I'm going with this? You are a hero that is really phenomenal at winning DPS squishy duels. You're really, even in Overwatch 2, the sticky is really big. It does a lot of damage. It's like 140 damage or something like that. So your so then how would you position as Cassidy? What are your options?
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna get from cover to cover to go as close as possible as the other squishies.
Sure.
You know, without feeding, of course.
Right. So you're looking to take good short, medium range angles to be able to get. Would prefer not shooting tank. Like you do good tank damage, but you need to get that short, medium range so that you're able to get value out of your kit. So let's see what happens. This range, for example, is where Hanzo Soldier destroy you, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, is flank sneaky backline Cassidy bad, good, or it depends?
I'd say it depends.
It depends. What does it depend on?
Of what your team is doing, of the general aggro of.
Okay. What if the enemy team were on Tracer, Genji, Ball?
It doesn't really matter because you have like low mobility, so you need to get out quick if they rush you.
Yeah. So what if the enemy team... Well, I mean, look at the enemy team's composition right now. Is there anything that's likely going to be chasing you down on the flank?
Aside from Doom, not really.
No, and Doom you're not that scared of either.
Yeah.
Okay. So, interesting. Maybe I like this playstyle better than you just shooting Rain Shield. Versus this comp. Maybe. Let's see. Okay. Well, that was quick. What do you think about this?
Yeah, sorry, just...
That's okay.
The bit rate is...
Okay, well then let's would it be easier if you just had a little bit of the Twitch stream delay and dealt with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll make that work then. Okay. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I like that because, you know, I had like no shield to shoot at and only squishies.
Okay.
And our ball is drawing attention from that. So, you know, I have pretty much free space and free time.
Yeah.
To shoot at targets.
Yeah, looks good to me. I mean, this is a good position. It's a good little this is like the right range you want to be at, right? You're going in with your ball, so even if your ball dies, maybe you get a kill. This looks good.
Yep. And, you know, I can get out of fight quick if...
Yeah, you can. Okay, seems okay. I understand. Like, you're flashing there to try and buy yourself some time.
Yep.
Looks okay.
But there, like, I had on this push, I had like a hard time syncing up with my tanks, you know, to mow down like to get the low health targets.
Yes, I see what you're saying. So let's look at this again. Let's look at this again. Your timing here is good. Same time as your ball.
Yep.
You go in again, maybe a little bit early, right? But you have to be careful because your ball is not quite ready yet. So just you need to be careful. Now your ball is in. Do you see this? So look at that Mercy. Do you see how she flew away from the ball and then where did she flew right to you, right? So this is good. Yes.
Yep.
I like this. This is why you almost get the kill. Now your ball is out. Careful. And then you push her because you're like Mercy's 1 HP.
Yep.
Just be careful. But now your ball is back in again. Now look at your team.
Saving my life.
Now look at your team. Yeah? Is your team fighting? Yes. So, it's okay. Oh boy.
Yeah, D.Va gets teamed in.
Yeah. That Zarya just farms you. Your D.Va doesn't know how to play the game, sadly.
Yeah, no.
You don't frontline versus a Zarya, you need to take an angle. Okay. Let's see. Are you paying attention to your ball? Yes, there's ball. Good. Good. Like, do you see how you're able to just walk in because your ball's with you?
Yep.
Good. Survive, survive, survive. Okay. Okay. I think, so far, very good.
Okay.
No complaints. Good timing, good position, pretty decent cooldown usage. Not perfect, but pretty good. And see, the goal, like, we don't want you to be perfect. We want you to be a little bit better, right? So that fight looked good enough to me.
You said not perfect because you know, the couple time I used flashbang to get out of me
Yes.
overextending.
You overextend just a little bit, and to be honest with you, you missed too many shots.
Okay.
A better Cassidy kills that Mercy that first time. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Why does that Doomfist almost kill you?
I wasn't aware. Like,
Yes.
I was focused
Yes.
on pushing with my
Yes.
team and not watching what's
Yes.
happening in my surroundings.
Exactly. Okay. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. This is good. Okay. Positioning as Cassidy. Where do you go? Why? You tell me.
Want to go high ground?
Why?
You know, because since I don't have a lot of survivability, I want to use high ground to get more cover and you know, put more pressure on the enemy team.
Okay. When do you go to high ground?
Huh. Would say like ASCP, but
Will they be on high ground? What if they're on high ground too? Then what?
oh, well, I'm waiting for my tank to be with me and you know, maybe one support and
Sure.
you know, I've helped to drive them out of there so I can get there.
You remember what made first point feel so good from you? You were playing around your ball timing, yeah?
Yep.
So you were able to take an aggressive flank and just stay there because the ball was always there with you. Same thing happens with high ground. It's the same exact thing. So theoretically, what you're doing right now, I don't think anybody will kill you right now. I don't. No chance. You see? They're all looking at ball. You see that? Now Monkey jumps you, but why does Monkey jump you now? Where's your ball?
Because the ball is gone, yeah.
Ball is gone. And I'm not saying you have to leave as soon as ball is, but just be aware, right? I have to be careful. Ball is gone, so I have to be ready to run away. You run away. Monkey overextends. Monkey dies. Great. Nice shot. Ball again. Look at the Ana, right? Look at the soldier, right? They're all scared of the ball. Easy kills. Let's keep watching. Nice. Keep shooting. Ball is in again. You could even walk forward. Yep, you can walk forward here. Just be ready to run away if they push you. Ball is out. Get ready to run away. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Ooh, nice. You force him low. What is your sensitivity and your DPI? Can you tell me that really fast?
It's 5.5 and 800.
Okay, seems good.
But like just soon I just switched mouse and grip styles so I could move better, but I need to, you know, put in some more hours to be like.
Okay, sounds good. Why are you backing up now?
Because ball is gone, and I know that Monkey's probably gonna jump on me.
So that sucks, right?
Yep.
You drop to get a kill, you don't get the kill, and then now you don't have the positioning. Let's see what a Cassie would have done this fight. You know? You kind of see?
Yep. Could have helped my ball. Or...
maybe. I'm not saying it's a bad thing though. Just stinks that you don't get the kill. Okay. Keep watching.
Just that, I lost my positioning to get that one target that I didn't get. So.
Yes, exactly. Let's keep watching. Okay. To be honest with you, we're 4.5 minutes into the replay right now, and so far I have been pleased with your decision making as a Plat player. I'm very pleased with this. I'm pleased with your game sense. I'm pleased with your positioning. What I am not pleased with, I am not pleased with your mechanics right now. So something to keep in mind.
Cool.
Very, very rarely say that. So you're a first. Questionable.
Yeah.
Too risky. Too risky. You know, because yes, you probably kill that Ana, but you probably die to the Cassidy. I don't like 1-for-1 trades. Get a kill or don't get the kill and then just play to live. Because if you flash and shoot this Ana, maybe you don't kill her. It doesn't matter. It's still value. Because if you think about that Ana Cassidy, if you shoot them, what will they be thinking about now?
Killing me.
Oh no, careful. But they can't kill you, right? They can't.
Yeah.
It's 2-for-1 and you survive easily. So something to consider. I'm trying to think about like this flank in general.
Yeah, here, like I just thought that they were pushing us so hard. Like,
to be honest, it's just your team. Like this is why your team dies. Your team, it's not that hard. Your team just gets grabbed, and then like, I mean, she's just abusing your team basically. The higher ranked player is just abusing your team.
Yeah,
happens. But I think that's okay. I wouldn't worry about this fight. I'm wanting something to learn from this that isn't mechanics, right? So we're gonna keep watching, but I don't have a whole lot to say just yet.
But you know, realistically, is there something you can do when you have like kind of the high rank player that just stomps all over your team? Like, should I like do I need to switch? Like, do I need to?
What would you swap to?
Like something that punishes, player from close range even more. Like maybe like Reaper is the classic choice for that.
Maybe. Does Reaper really counter Zarya though?
Not really.
Yeah. So I would say if you can play a hero that counters their hero. And I'm not saying, oh, I can swap to Torb. No, do you play Torb, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can play a hero that actually counters the hero. I'm trying to think. You're playing Sojourn. Sojourn doesn't necessarily counter any other heroes, but she does very well up against dive, right? So like, let's maybe say they're playing against a monkey one trick, or maybe you play or something like that. You can maybe play Sojourn versus a monkey one trick because you know that like I'll play Sojourn versus that. But if you can't counter the pick, then just play your best hero and practice. That's just play better. Play better. You lose this fight, but you should have won the fight previously. And this fight on point should have been ended way, way sooner if you just clicked heads right.
Yep. So
don't worry about it. Like right now, that Zarya should have died. Zarya should have died. You can noon this if you want to. The reason why, so high noon, I don't often like comboing ults all the time. I think comboing ults is a little bit overrated. I like doing one ult, then another ult, then another ult, like taking turns.
Yep.
But why is comboing high noon sometimes good? Like right now.
Because it's hard to set up.
Yeah, it's hard to set up, and you're squishy while you're doing it. Now in Overwatch 2, you're going to be very tanky when you high noon. But if, for example, if you let your ball go in with mines, they're going to use all of their cooldowns, and then you use high noon, they will have nothing left for your high noon.
Get it?
So like right now, again, it's just like Earth Shatter. If you get one kill with your high noon, that's worth it. Especially in Overwatch 2. Like, it makes me really frustrated that nobody died here. Like they were all standing out in the open and nobody died. That's really frustrating.
Yep.
Nice job. But that's just them being silly. I don't know why they died to that.
Yeah. Unlucky,
Okay.
I think.
I think so too, yeah. Okay, positioning here. Positioning. Yes, this is good. So you have two options here. You either take the time to go to high ground, or you need to push, take the angle here, and make sure that you keep getting kills, right? Which is what you're doing. I like this. This is good. Nice. Huge headshot. Huge headshot. Wait, how is he full HP? How is he full HP? Did he get healed? Who did you headshot? Was it the Moira?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was the Doomfist, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think it was the Moira. Okay, nice. She's gonna die now.
Oh well.
Nice job. Yeah. So it's like mechanics again. Do you kind of see what I'm saying? Because you flash a bubble, right?
Yep.
If you flash her 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shoot, break bubble, flash now. She maybe dies, and she doesn't get the kill here.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that just should not happen. Zarya should not be able to 1v6 like that.
No. Yeah, that one's on me, like big L.
That one is a big L, yeah. And you can also say like, okay, if you really want to break it down to the details here, the question is also, should you have been here on cart?
Nope.
No, where should you have been?
My ball.
Yeah, you should have kept deepening your angle, keep going, or taking the time to go to high ground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're sitting on cart, so.
Yeah, because that way I just like bring more attention to myself and just
Exactly. And you make it easy. Easy to fat grab, easy for fat dragon, easy for fat Cole, easy for fat nade. When you stack unnecessarily, the best thing that you could have done for your Ana there, I mean, think about this. The best thing that you could have done for your Ana there would have been either to push up and get more kills to win the fight, or flank through here. And if you run into a high charge Zarya here, do you probably die? What if you get solo grabbed here, right?
Yeah, well,
you're dead.
I die alone.
but you die alone, yeah? And your team also knows the Zarya is there, right? So that's the thing. The best thing you could do for your Ana is to go scout out for things that might kill her and either kill them yourself or die to them so that she gets the information, right?
Yeah, but you know, that's a good point. I think that's one of my patterns, because, you know, just because I have the flashbang, I'm like, oh yeah, I should help out my supports, and, you know, when they get dive or flank or something. So I should, you know, always stay a bit close when I know that there's someone on the flank.
Yes.
But, like, there, it just didn't help.
Yes. Okay, so this is where, like, did you see, I reviewed a Roadhog 2 weeks ago, and we talked about this, where he was like, I want to play with my supports to peel for my supports. But the problem is this is Zarya. If she wants to sneak up on you, if you're with your Ana, then she sneaks up on both of you. But if you play on a different angle and play in a different sightline, a safe sightline, then you will be able to get information that she won't be able to have, right? You will be able to see them before they get to your Ana. Or if they do kill your Ana, why is this a 4-man grab? You know what I'm saying? This should be a 2-man. What if it was a 3-man grab and you could just shoot and be safe, right?
Yep. Yeah, because it's 4v6 and we get team kill there.
How much Tracer are you going to be playing in Overwatch 2? What is your DPS hero pool going to be in Overwatch 2? You said Sojourn, but if you were to add 1, maybe 2 more heroes, what would you add? What are your favorites?
You know, I like a lot of them. That's the problem. You know, I like Tracer. I like Echo too. Pharah, Reaper, Soldier.
Okay. Do you like Cassidy or Tracer better?
Yeah.
Do you like Cassidy or Echo better?
Yeah, I think I like Cassidy better.
Do you like Tracer or Pharah better?
Tracer.
Okay. Do you like Cassidy or Reaper better?
Cassidy.
Okay. So I think you're leaning in towards Hitscan.
Yep.
So I would recommend you playing Hitscan. Sojourn, Cassidy, Tracer, excellent hero pool. excellent hero pool. Perfect for Overwatch too. And you'll be able to get enough practice on 3 heroes. Tracer, good for flank maps when there's a lot of squishies. Sojourn, good versus dive. Cassidy, somewhere in between. Yeah, I think you should be good.
Cool.
If they're on snipers, maybe Tracer's better. Maybe Sojourn, if you know how to play her versus snipers, is okay. But yeah, I think you're gonna be okay. Why did you swap Tracer?
You know, there's just, like, I felt that their backline was running pretty much free, so I said, like, okay, let's swap and put more pressure there. Like, and you know, because of my bad positioning there, I thought, yeah, I'm playing too slow versus versus the rest of my team, so I want to keep up, so I switched.
Okay. I mean,
Tracer.
synergizing with ball is always good too. So okay. Seems reasonable. Just survive. Yeah, you just need to survive. Once you're on the, once you get the flank as Tracer, just play to survive. I did a very in-depth Tracer review not long ago. I'm not going to go as in-depth with you because you don't play a lot of it, but if you have the time later today or tomorrow or some other time, I would take a look at it.
Yep, sure.
Take an angle, take a flank, time your pushes with your tank. Same thing what you're doing with Cassidy, but the difference is instead of going for like little short flanks here or high ground flanks, with Tracer, oftentimes you can go much, much deeper, right? Okay. Uh-oh. What is going on here? There's ball. Like it. Uh-oh. Good. 1 kill is a kill. Grabs just seem to gravitate towards you, I guess. It's rather unbelievable. Maybe you should just do your best to just try and get solo grabbed every time, because you're gonna get grabbed. It doesn't seem to matter what you do. Goodness gracious. Okay, you timed things pretty well with your ball there. You didn't really get a chance to get onto a good flank, but that's okay. You didn't have time. Oh, I'm sorry. Mephisto, the in-depth? Okay, I lied. So the in-depth Tracer VOD, I'm speaking way ahead of time. I just edited it yesterday. It will probably be out in the next day or 2. Maybe 3 days at most. So, Kick Puncher, just so you're aware. Cool. It is not out yet. Let's watch this again.
Yeah, I'm up.
Why does this not work?
Because I'm aiming for the support and not the tank.
Okay. Mechanics here, not so good.
No.
But what else is not so good about this? You have spent the last 2.5 points timing things relatively well with your tank. And then now when it matters the most, because you're going for a very difficult skill shot, why is there a monkey looking at you?
Yeah, because there's no tank.
I mean, you're not super early, but wait for it. Imagine pulsing now.
Uh-huh.
So much easier. You will not get punished for it either, because they're all running. They're not thinking about pulse bomb. So even if you miss the pulse bomb, you can stay and keep shooting, you know, and then recall later. So, disaster.
Yep.
Nice. The fight's happening, so you can go on the Ana. You don't have to always even go on your balls timing all the time, because think about like what's happening right now. Is there a team fight happening right now, or is fight happening?
Not really.
I mean,
scrambling a lot.
I mean, yeah, it kind of looks like a fight to me. You see?
Oh yeah.
Look at Zarya.
Yeah.
Look at you hear the monkey. You hear the monkey primal rage your backline. This Ana's not thinking about you at all. She doesn't. She's thinking about her Zarya. This is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Totally.
And you could just take your sweet time. This Ana's just gonna slowly die. She's not gonna get any help. So a lot of ultimates, but a very important fight to win, I think. Good. 2 versus 1. He dies. They're snowballing. They're staggering. Go in with your ball. Will you get grabbed? Will you get grabbed? Maybe.
I think so.
Oh no, she's dead. You're good. Ooh. Ah! Huge nano. Nice. He didn't get grabbed. Nice job. Okay. Tracer gameplay was okay. I think the ball timing was just a little detail that needed to be cleaned up, but I think mostly okay. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a very important question again.
Yep.
Soldier versus Cassidy. Which one do you like? If you're not sure, just let me know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because, like I said, maybe like I lack the general planning and guidelines with DPS because I feel like Soldier is a lot forgiving because of his toolkit. You have high mobility, survivability, and a pretty decent damage output at short, medium range. So I feel like it's pretty easy to play Soldier when you play good positioning.
What about Soldier versus Tracer? Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, no problem. I think I prefer Tracer over Soldier.
So not a huge priority for you to play. Why would you play Soldier here? What about this makes you like Soldier?
Yeah, well, it's really about the mobility.
Do you need mobility at this point?
Depends if my team gets pushed off the high ground. Like I can move to cover like faster, but I don't think I even go on high ground there. So
okay.
Like, come to think of it, I should have stayed Tracer there.
You want to stay Tracer here? Okay.
Because I know how it goes down. So
how long is this How long is the sight line on this point?
Like, I don't know. Like pretty bad. Depends. Like from the statue to like the corner to go high ground. Like it's pretty long.
Okay. Because when to be honest with you, when I see you pick Soldier here, my first thought is that you just wanted to pick kind of like a slightly longer range DPS, and that you don't play Ashe or Widow or Hanzo or whatever, or you already have a Hanzo. Because Cassidy doesn't have that great range, and if you're playing here, or if you're playing like even spamming here, you would prefer Soldier. He just has better range than Cassidy.
Yeah.
That would be the first reason why I play Soldier. The second reason why I play Soldier is because you're just assuming that you guys are going to insta-lose first point, and you're playing for second point. And what is good about second point for Soldier?
Getting quickly to various high grounds.
Yeah, it's wide open, right? It's the same reason why Tracer is good here, is Soldier's good here too. Soldier is like a mixture of Cassidy and Tracer, to where you are pretty good 1v1 hero, like a Cassidy, but you have a lot more self-sustain like a Tracer. So it's somewhere in between. Cassidy, you're great at 1v1s, but if you get caught out, take poke damage, you're kind of screwed, right? Soldier, he can go off and do his own thing. He's not quite as good as a Tracer, and he's not quite as good of a duelist as a McCree or a Cassidy, but like he's somewhere in between. So let's watch. If you already have Sojourn, Cassidy, Tracer as a hero pool, I'm okay with you playing a little bit of Soldier, but we'll try and make this not go super in detail. Like right now, you're already doing way more damage than a Cassidy could do, right?
Yep.
On shield. Now, an Ashe would be better, or a Sojourn in Overwatch 2 would be better, but...
Yeah, I do play Ashe and Widow, I'm just not that confident.
Okay. If you were to add one hero to your hero pool, I'd probably add either an Ashe or a Widowmaker instead of a Soldier, personally. We'll see how the meta breaks down, but if you enjoy Ashe or Widow, that would be perfect 4-man hero pool.
Noted.
Okay. Obviously, I'm not sure I'd recommend it 100%, just because it's yet another hero you'd have to practice, but something to at least consider, depending on how much time you play. So this was good. You did very good angle pressure, made it very hard for that Rein to walk forward, because there's there's like, if you look at this from the Reinhardt's perspective, where is cover for their Reinhardt?
the statue. Well, but even then, yeah, no, like he has to go either like to his left into the house thing, or I don't know.
It's rough, isn't it? You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And as long as you don't get your head blown off here and you play cover, then it's really an impossible situation for him. Okay. So you didn't even do that much damage, but you did so much on the shield that you guys win the fight off of it. Okay.
Yep.
If you were to play Tracer here, how would you play it? Because you said that, oh, I wanted to play Tracer here instead. How would you play Tracer?
I think I would have played around the statue, like wait for them to push in a bit, then come pressure the back line after they're trying to get out of statue.
Okay. That would be less about pressuring Ryan and more about pressuring the support on Ryan.
Yeah.
And then living in the back line. Okay. That seems reasonable. There aren't a lot of flanks on first point, but something you could experiment with if you play this map again.
Great.
Okay. I want to see more shooting. Yeah, from this position, yeah. Very nice. There's the nade. There's the bubble. Your hog just feeds. Now.
Oh yeah.
This is where like your hero is generally pretty good at taking these duels if you're smart.
Yeah.
But you just need to be aware of like where the enemy team is positioned.
Yeah. And you know about that, like in voice chat, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're chilling," but
you were not chilling. Okay. This is where the problem isn't necessarily like you not listening to voice chat. The problem is like
here I just assumed because they said they were chilling, and you know I heard the audio cue, but I thought that they were stuck in the hallway there.
Yes. So they were hard holding in there. Yeah, but they weren't.
Yeah. But they weren't. Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
And I overextended a bit to get the kill, but yeah.
Well, you overextend out to break it down to the micro. You overextended on the wrong side. You're playing a hero with mobility, right? So
yeah,
if you can abuse the mobility by playing almost like a Tracer, like with that kind of a mindset, then if you're over here or even just here pressuring that Ashe, it becomes 10 times harder for them to kill you.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so it's a tiny little detail, but this is what your hero is good at, right? Remember, it's not Tracer, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Okay, let's set up positioning. Fight's lost, so just take good positioning for the next one. Run, Rudolph. Let's go. Aha. Sorry, it's gonna stagger y'all. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's instead them who will get overextended on. Great nano from your Ana. Nice job. Okay. Your Sigma's 1. Oh my gosh. How did he survive? Did she have to reload? Oh, she had to reload. That's crazy. Okay. Let's keep watching. What is the one awkward thing I would say about Soldier right now? What hero are they on?
Ashe and Cassidy.
Why does Ashe make things difficult for you? At least for this point.
Yeah, well, I can't peek as much. Like, she has long side rage there, so, you know, I can't put as much pressure as I would want to there.
Yes, so it makes it difficult. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean, sometimes it makes it difficult. That was nice. I think this position's pretty reasonable. Unfortunate, you got like literally one shot there. Was that a Hanzo body shot and a Zarya high charge right click?
Yeah, it looks like it. They don't know what happened even with the replay there.
Wow. Yeah, that'll do it.
Oof.
Oof indeed. You've got no complaints from me though, don't worry about it. That's just unfortunate. I think your cover usage there was pretty reasonable, just a little bit unfortunate. Okay. So, well, that's kind of doo-doo. For your play versus this composition, you have to be careful of the Ashe's range, but they also have no flankers. Do you see this? So,
Yep.
as long as you know where that Cassidy is, and you do not run into him in short range, you could legitimately go into their backline. I'm not even joking. Go into their spawn, and
Here,
as long
yep.
as you're going off of your team's timing, like when they're pushing your Sigma or when their Roadhog is pushing or when they're pushing you, you can go into their spawn and just live. And again, Tracer mindset, right? But the difference between you and Tracer is you don't have to be close to them to pressure them. Okay? What is the problem with this visor?
Well, actually, I kind of butterfingered that, so
Okay, then never mind then.
yeah,
So you didn't mean to push it.
no.
And then now you're thinking, I must get value out of it, so you're gonna feed
Sure.
for it,
Yeah.
and you're gonna die.
Yep.
No, you're not gonna die. Should have died. Run away,
I did.
please run
Oh,
away, please run away, please run away. Oh, maybe not. You're gonna flux. Good flank. Nice job. Nice timing. Nobody's looking at that flank because your team is pushing. Bad sightline. Adjusting. Good sightline. Maybe they die. Surely he dies. No, he does not. Okay. To be honest with you, I think besides the fat finger and the visor, and then almost dying, I think this fight was fine. This fight looked okay. So that was good. What should you be doing right about now?
Probably, like you said earlier, like going around,
Yeah.
getting a pretty far side.
Yeah.
The Tracer mentality.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing on the enemy team that can catch you, so you need to start hiding right now because you don't want to be peeking right now. They're up. You're down a ton, so you need to go and hide and wait for next fight. Maybe that means running over here. Maybe that means dropping and running over here. Maybe that means peeking out from here in a second. Maybe that means peeking out from here. Maybe that means peeking out from here. Maybe it just means running around to here and hiding and then peeking back here in a second. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really sure, but this is not where you want to be. You need to be really careful. You need to be hiding. You need to be resetting up for your flank. This is not where you want to be. It's too easy for them to push you. And now the Ashe gets the drop on you and you die. All about your timing and all about setting up that flank. You didn't even know where that Ashe was.
Nope.
Not good. Not good.
Knock me down and I'll
Okay.
I was completely lost there.
Yeah. So I think we were relatively pleased with how you were playing with your Cassidy. And then even your Tracer, you seem to have like at least a fundamental understanding of what you're supposed to be doing. Soldier, I'm not very pleased with how you're playing macro-wise, like decision-making wise. I think ironically, your mechanics of Soldier have looked okay, but you are not playing well right now.
Yeah.
You are making too many mistakes with your positioning. Like even right now, I do not like where you are right now.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm playing Soldier as if I'm playing Cassidy, but makes a lot more sense to play it as Tracer, like you said.
Right,
so.
you're playing Soldier, not even like you're playing Cassidy. It's almost like you're playing like a Bastion behind a Reinhardt shield. You're just like right now that this makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, no.
Like the best thing for you to be doing now would be maybe to play with your team, and then and then when you get visor, but like very safely, and then 3, 2, 1, walk, creep, and then tactical visor from like this range back here, you know, and just live in their backline, right? Because you're gonna visor this in a second, but I don't know what you're gonna be able to get out of a visor versus this where you are. Like all you're doing right now is hoping that their Ashe misses. That's it. That's the only thing that you're doing. Is I hope their Ashe misses the headshot. This is good. But the problem, what's the problem here? You can hear it.
Yeah.
You're too close.
Like, yeah.
It's too easy for them to push you out. And then now there's your heal station. You have no chance to visor.
Nope.
This is the Tracer mindset, right? That you're missing. And now this visor will do nothing.
Nope.
Goodbye. Okay. By far the worst that we've seen you play in terms of decision making.
Yeah. At
Okay.
that point, like, we were scrambling.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. And obviously I
Not
don't
good.
know if like communication had to do with anything to do with this, like the voice comms, maybe distracting you.
Yeah, at that point, we said like, okay, push up. So, I assumed that we were gonna go, if not upstairs, like they were keep the stairs, and I would go upstairs to put pressure on high ground,
Yep,
but
yep.
that didn't happen. And as soon as I heard this Zarya behind me, I was like, yeah, no, that's a no-go. We lost that one.
Yep, exactly. Trippy Triangle in chat says something that I want to talk about. They say the flank play into their spawn is highly dependent on whether your team will actually try and engage. What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you reliant off of your team engaging for the flank play to work?
Like me as of right now, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't think I would agree with that.
No.
No, I would not. I'm gonna give you a scenario. Let's talk about the third point, okay? So if you are in their spawn, that's not their spawn. Let's keep going. This is fun. All right. If you are here and you're playing this corner and you visor from here, will this get value if your Roadhog doesn't hard push?
Yeah.
Okay. In what way?
Because they have to move. They either have to go back or move forward.
Okay. Will you die if they go back?
No.
Okay. Especially if you're playing somewhere like here, where you can like run to this one? No.
Uh-huh.
So it forces them to move. When you're playing a composition like this, every time they move, what are they at a risk of dying to? Look at your composition.
Well, there's the hook,
Yeah.
the sleep, the rock.
Yeah.
Like all the
Sleep,
CC.
Nade, Hanzo, Hook,
Yep.
everything. You are by playing in their backline, you can almost be like the main tank that your team doesn't have. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're creating
And
opportunities
honestly,
for your team.
like that's what I'm missing right now.
Yeah.
I can feel it when I play those games, like because when I play a game and I'm just steamrolling people, I know that I can't get much out of it. But like this game, I think at the end I did like 40 LMs, like 10k damage, but I know that I didn't carry this game.
And the thing is, it's like, it's not just people will, like for example, you could even go in there and solo visor the Ana, but the mindset here isn't necessarily that you need to carry the game. It's just objectively the most pressure that you can push out right now. This visor here will be making them use Reinhardt shield and Ashe shoot in this direction. Things that they were already going to do anyway.
Yep.
You need to make them react and adjust. And as Soldier, with self-sustain, the most value that you can get out of your sprint, self-sustain, and tactical visor is to use that survivability. You know what I'm saying? At Tracer, your tool, your value is your independence. And if you don't use your independence and you just play inside of your team's shield, then you're not going to get value out of it, right? Now, you said this with a Cassidy, maybe you don't have to hard flank as much because you can do just so much damage just playing on main or short angles, right? Somebody in chat saying that Ashe will just turn with her pocket and shoot you. That's the entire point. We're not expecting to get a kill. If the Ashe turns and shoots you, we're gonna plop down the heal station and shoot more and peek and shoot, and then we can run to spawn if we need to. Obviously, the Ana complicates this, but whatever. That's what we're aiming for. If the Ashe turns and shoots you, she's no longer looking at your team, and that is creating opportunities for the rest of your team to get value off of that. You're creating space by that.
Instead of going like the stairway,
Exactly.
and that's obviously there's a huge cost there because I'm gonna take damage if there's a high ground that has high value. Like I'm taking damage to go there, and it's pretty easy for them to zone me out.
Now, Trippy Triangle says, I've tried this a lot in this rank and I just get shut down. Do you want to try and guess, Coach Kick Puncher, how a flank visor would easily get shut down and get no value? In what way? What would potentially be one of the mistakes that person is making?
Probably because of timing.
Explain what that means.
I lost you there.
Explain what do you mean by timing?
Well, it's all about what they're currently planning to do. So even though if they're not engaging yet, if they're moving up to engage, you know, your visor is gonna disrupt if you're in a good position.
Would
But,
now be a good time to visor? If you were
I'm
on
sorry,
that
what?
flank? Would now be a good time to visor if you were on that flank?
You mean the flank at the like across the
Yeah, there's spawn.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, why?
No, because you know the Ash is not yet engaged.
Okay.
I think this Zarya is maybe out of sight, or
What about now?
yeah, no, because you know the Rhoda is flanking right now. There's only the Sigma.
But this is still engagement, right? You're waiting for a fight to actually happen for you to actually use the flank ult, right?
Yeah.
You can think of it in either one of two ways. You can let the enemy team just walk in and start killing your team and then flank visor, and then maybe because they're all distracted on your team, you're going to get the kill. Or you could be the one that, okay, the fight is just starting, I'm going to pop visor now. They're all going to turn and focus you, yes? So then what does that mean for the rest of your team?
Well, now they have space to
Right.
move up and engage.
If your team is in spawn, like here, or like let's give you even more egregious example here, would now be a good time to flank visor.
Just waiting for the Twitch delay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fine.
I think so.
I do not agree. Look at their team.
No.
Look at your team. Is your team engaged in any way, shape, or form? Really?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought the Sigma was with the
No, that's okay.
the Rhoda.
No,
Okay.
that's okay.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how how
Yep.
defensive your team is playing and how the enemy team is just kind of standing there? It's
Yep.
all about timing. It's
Yeah,
all
but-
about timing.
But I could be poking them.
You
though,
could be
right?
poking them. Yes, you could be poking them and then getting ready to set up your visor as soon as you possibly can. Like that's the key. It's really just as simple as, can my team capitalize off of this pressure from the flank? Even if I don't get kills to this flank, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be using it. Does that make sense?
A lot.
I think Trippy Triangle, you're thinking too hard about the details. The mentality of Plats is to shut down hero plays like the flank visor. No, that is not the mentality of Plats. Plats just play the game. Plats play the game slightly better than Golds. It depends on Plat to Plat.
Reinhardt,
Yeah, I feel like Plat's just a succession of steamrolling back and
Yeah,
forth.
it's the same as any ring. The danger of flanks, though, is if you don't get your timing right, then yes, it is not good. That's why timing is so important. If you're on flanks and positioning well, timing is very important. If you're just standing inside of your Reinhardt shield or inside of your Sigma shield, then timing is not important because it's impossible to have bad timing. You kind of see what I'm saying? You're always going to be with your tank. So, okay.
30 seconds.
What do you think? Where the heck is your Reinhardt?
He wanted to go high ground. Me and Zarya said no. Let's push.
What would be the
and,
most valuable thing that you could get out of your Reinhardt feeding?
Maybe like flash behind the
You see this?
shield.
What's the most valuable thing that you could be doing right now? You see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shield now.
Yeah, this Ashe dies, you know.
Yep.
She's not even looking at you, right? Like, I don't want you shooting shield in a shield war that you're not even having right now, you know? You guys aren't playing for shield war. You're playing almost like a dive. And you did this on the first fight. But now you're not.
Yeah.
But now is when you decide to turn on your mechanics, I guess. So.
It's
getting-
there somewhere.
Yeah, it was there somewhere. You just needed to warm up. I mean, really, though, you might just needed to warm up, you know? I mean, you are the first person, if anybody was going to have issues with mechanics for warming up, it would be you, given what you've told me
Yeah.
about your hero pool.
Yeah. And I didn't warm up too, so.
Why? I don't actually have a problem with that high noon. It kind of enforces the snowball, which is really useful in overtime.
Yep.
So if you can get as long as you can get a kill out of it, I think it's probably fine.
Yeah. That's why I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, just positioning. Yeah, we lose off of that. That stinks. Okay. Not super pleased with your opening positioning there, though.
Yeah.
We're
Honestly, like,
Go ahead.
I didn't know where to go there. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, we've moved. Well, we can go back and look at it if you'd like to. If you don't know where to position, like, let's actually take the time. Okay. So, what are you looking for with Cassidy? Remember, we start off this VOD review with
Yep.
like, what range are you looking for?
Yeah. So close to mid range.
Okay.
And you know there.
So what are your
honestly,
options?
There, yeah, like here I was like, I don't know.
I don't know either. There's at least 3 or 4 different positions that you could play here.
I think I should have, you know, commit to there and just
Just hide.
yeah.
Yeah, you could have. That would have been fine. Where else could you have positioned?
Maybe go around, you know, around our spawn and get on the high ground there. Like even
You could
if
have
I
gone
would have,
3, 2, 1 timing. Maybe even if the Ash is up there, if you go off of timing, maybe you could have.
yeah,
caught her.
would have been maybe like a tad late to the fight, but no.
I don't even know if you would have been tad late. Like, look at where the card is. I think you got plenty of time. Your Hans are kind of troll sloppy. But he gets a kill. Whoa. Okay, yeah. I think you have a lot of options here. You could have ratted here. You could have ratted inside here. You could have flanked and hid and ratted up here. You could have ratted here. You could have simply just played here and played a really conservative played around your Reinhardt. Just kind of played slow in this angle here. You have a lot of options. So just pick one.
Yeah, their decision just got me there.
Yeah. Okay, starting top. It's fine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there. Oof.
Yeah. I don't expect you to hit headshots in those, but I do expect you to shoot the body.
Yep. And there, I'm like we said chill. Right, got in, so
Yeah.
I got in to try to bail him out with my.
I respect it. That's okay.
Oh, I got killed then, I think.
Okay. You do not have a Reinhardt. You will not win the Reinhardt war anymore. So where will you go?
Yeah, there I should.
You should
Go on
be
the right
very
and play.
patient. Well, you shouldn't necessarily go yet, but you should be very patiently hugging. Okay, they're pushing, now I go. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at what their Cassie's doing. He's thinking the same thing. You're better than him. You'll beat him. But if the danger is if you don't beat him, or you're not even there, I wonder what's going to happen in about 3, 2, 1. You see what I'm saying? He just carried the team fight.
Yep.
He just carried it. He did what you should have been doing, and you would have stalemated him and probably won, because I believe in you.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, versus this composition, I mean, really with the card, it's really, really tough, but yeah. Oh, there's the grab magnet. Big heal station value, though. Massive heal station value, and a huge kill, too. Probably doesn't matter. Yeah, that's GG's. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Like maybe maybe not question, but recap. Like just
Yes.
as a whole,
Okay.
maybe I should just prioritize angles over. You know, I'm super. You know, well, not really anxious, but I'm really concerned when I'm late to fights. But and I think that prevents me like to focus on getting value from flanks and angles when I just want to be there with my team at the right time. But sometimes I could just, you know, spend 1 or 2 or 3, 4 more seconds, you know, to get to the right spot and apply pressure the right way.
I think many of the times you do have the time. Sometimes you will have to be like, I don't have time to go on the angle. I just need to take the fight with my shield. That's fine. It's better for you to contribute to the team fight than it is to set up the perfect angle and the fight's already lost by the time you get there. What I'm seeing from you is more so than anything else is like an inconsistency with how you position. I was very pleased with how you played your Cassidy with high ground and then taking the angle with your ball timing for the like the first 6-7 minutes of the VOD. It was really, really encouraging. But then you got stacked with your Ana, and then you died. And you went Tracer, and it looked okay. But then you went Soldier, and you really didn't seem like you knew exactly what to do with Soldier. And then you stacked on third point, it got even worse. And then Cassidy, and then for basically the rest of the game, you just played inside of your tank on Cassidy and Soldier, on your attack, and then on your defense.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that's the case. I don't know if this is where we can say the voice chat was distracting you or discouraging you or whatever.
A lot. At that point, I should have left voice chat at that point. Yeah.
Because I don't know, like, you might know these things, but then as you get frustrated, you kind of start to lose focus on what you need to be focusing on. So then, or maybe it's just you don't put enough of a priority on it. I don't think you're trolling the lobby with your positioning. I think overall you have a pretty good idea, but you're just a little bit inconsistent with it, and we need to hammer those out. The one hero, go ahead. Yeah,
it's just that under pressure, like, I think that's typical, but under pressure, like, it's kind of hard to lose focus on the great mechanics, the right way to play.
Yes.
But and even more when you have like bad vibes from your teammates that pushes you into playing the wrong way.
Yes,
but
100%. People call, I want to do this, you need to be playing with me, tell you what to do. I mean, it happens all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
The number one thing, though, that you could get from this review is probably that, but then also, if not even more importantly, your mechanics they're just too inconsistent. And everybody struggles with this, but I saw it more with you than I normally see with most DPS VOD reviews, and we need to find out why that is. I have a very, very, very strong suspicion, and I think you do too. Your training needs to be more efficient, and it needs to be more limited onto heroes that are going to actually train the aim that you need to improve. A lot of team fights are lost because people should have died and didn't die. So I think your mechanics are fine for your rank, but again, your rank is not your goal. Your goal is diamond, right? So you need to start shooting like a diamond player. You need to start positioning like a diamond player, and you need to start hitting your shots like a diamond player.
Need to focus on playing heroes that have similar tracking and
exactly.
Going from Zarya, Monkey, Diva, it's really, really different.
It is different. It's not just different in terms of like the aim style, because the aim style of like a Diva, Zarya are similar to a Hitscan, but the way you position and your whole mindset shifts. And we need to be able to build those good positioning habits as well. So I want you to work on those things. I want you to narrow down that hero pool to hit scan, find your favorite hit scans, train your favorite hit scans, experiment with angles and positioning, and for goodness sake, make sure that your timing is always matching either the enemy team's engage or your tank's engage, one or the other, and see how things go. Do you have any questions?
No.
Don't panic, because my DMs are always open anytime you do have a question. So if you come up to a question 15 minutes from now, shoot me a message.
Yeah, well, I do have one. Sorry.
No worries. Perfect. Or 15 seconds.
Is there, something that I should be aware of, just like be in the different ranks when you're climbing up, like I sometimes see like there's a kind of stagnation, since you're kind of used to how Plat players will play, and you try to one up them and take advantage of their mistakes, but doing that prevents you maybe in Diamond from getting value, because those players won't make that mistakes. Like, is there something that I should be careful of?
So full honesty, this is only 85% true, but I want you to pretend that's 100% true when you play. Those videos and those tips are made by GM players who think they know what they're talking about. Because when they go into silver lobbies, they realize it's faster to win games and carry games if I play super aggressively, because nobody punishes me. But unless you're a GM player in a platinum lobby, yes, if you were, it would be better to just play it for carry mode and go for crazy flanks and crazy angles all the time and just hard carry and just play for mechanical duels. But you're not. You're a platinum player trying to win in platinum lobbies. So no. But even it's not.
Even in all, you see, like, even the top DPS players are really disciplined to
Yes. There's no life hacks. There's no play style things that you have to unlearn at each rank. That's a load of horse manure, and it's one of the worst myths that's persisted in Overwatch for 5 years. It's because it's the big YouTubers that put these things out, because they're all like Masters GM players that have done the unranked to GM 1,000 times and think they know what they're talking about, but they're just brain dead donkeys. To be perfectly honest with you. The way to get out of Plat is to be positioning better, aiming better, making better decisions with better timing.
Yeah,
and for every player that looks different, like some player, for you, I think your mechanics is probably slightly more important than some of the other things, and your mentality in terms of how you're approaching voice chat and your hero pool. Those three things are most important for you. For somebody else, it might be more positioning. For somebody else, it might be they literally don't even pay attention to their team at all. But the key is to get better to climb, shockingly.
Yeah. But I got it. Like, I just wanted to make sure, like,
Yes.
there wasn't like
It's a
this
good
kind
question.
of.
It's a good question.
You know, I know that this was bullshit, but just I wanted to make sure that, you know, good positioning is still in Plat
Yes.
is still good positioning.
It is.
In GM.
It is. Good positioning in Plat. If anything, good positioning in GM is even more important because things like the corners, you'll get punished for screwing up a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, don't be scared of asking quote unquote stupid questions, because I'm like you. I need to make 100% sure that I'm doing the right thing. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm too scared to ask, and then I'm like, you know, it's always in the back of my mind. You know, now you know, you're all set.
Cool.
If you have any other questions, like I said, please message me. Don't hesitate. It can be a silly question, it can be a long question. I'll make time. Sound good?
Yes, and
good luck.
seriously, thank you so much for doing that. Really
You're very
appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're very welcome. I think there's a lot of auspicious things about your play. That's a fun word you're gonna have to look up later.
I will.
Yeah, it basically just means that it's like promising. It's like your first at bat in a baseball game and you hit a home run, right? Or your first game of ball hockey and you get like 3 goals in the first 5 minutes. Like you are an intelligent person, and I think you have a pretty good idea of like how the game should be played. So I'm looking forward to seeing your improvement over the next couple of months.
Cool.
All right, mate. Have a good rest of your evening, afternoon, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, sure. Have a great day, man.
Cheers,
Ciao.
mate. See ya. Okay, so that was Kick Puncher. That was Platinum Hitscan, and that was a unique experience. I have by far the most enjoyable thing for me in all of these reviews has been the variety of people that we've gotten to know. I have absolutely loved every session that we've had so far. I just really love talking with people, especially people that really, really, really want to improve. You know, I love it. I love it. I have so much fun doing these things. Okay, chat. That was the last Overwatch 1 in-depth review from Coach Spilo. I hate referring to myself in that third person. From me, ever. It's done. Done. Over. But the good news is we're not quite done yet. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. We're not quite done yet, because what we have here is we have the last Overwatch 1 coaching session period, and it is a roast review. The person's not in voice. They're not allowed to be in voice, so I could properly scream. Thank you for the sub, Mr. Springtime QC. That's a great name. And I believe this is Masters. This is a collegiate player, and this is the person who won the Twitter giveaway. I don't know if you guys saw that, but we did a Twitter giveaway. You had to like, follow some stupid Instagram thing, and I had like 15, 16 people do it, and I did a random number generator and then did the Twitter responses, and it was actually a collegiate player. So this is a collegiate player, I believe. Is that you in chat? I'm pretty sure that's you in chat. Yeah, it's you. Okay. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? Kansas Esports. You're not allowed to join me in voice, but you can give me the quick TLDR of your playing history as I slowly warm up my my screaming vocals. You were playing Ana. Okay, we're on Havana. Let me get the command edit fixed. The last coaching session. Dang it! I always do command. It's commands edit VOD. Masters Ana. There you go. Okay. I play flex support for Kansas University. Originally started off as an off-tank player, moved to main tank, back to off-tank, and then flex support. Okay, sounds good. I'm going to pretend like I care about any and all of that detail, and then we're going to get ready to roll here. Okay, so flex support, we want to see aggression. We want to see proactivity. We just had a review last week, I believe, with Aiden, who is GM, and basically talked about how in Overwatch 2, the best thing that you can do, the two best things that you can do is attentiveness to the enemy team is positioning, what your team is positioning as well, so that there's no surprise flanks. The Genji doesn't catch you with the pants on. The Tracer doesn't catch you with the pants on. The Hog doesn't catch you with the pants on. You're always anticipating the enemy team's move. And then proactivity with your movement and your cooldown usage. I don't like passive Ana play in Overwatch 2. I think in Overwatch 1, there was a time and a place for it where you could just kind of heal bot and play really, really safe. But we're now reaching a point in time where there's fewer tanks in the field. There's more dynamic. The movement's going to be more fluid. You have to be able to be more proactive and more attentive to what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to yell and we're going to scream and we're going to make a lot of noise and hopefully get something good and valuable out of this. Starting off with a nade. Sounds good. Putting a little bit of extra pressure. I'd be very careful about starting off with that until you know that they're not on Widow. Always assume that they're playing Widowmaker on Havana unless proven otherwise. So, and then also you have to consider, like, when you're using a cooldown, what does the value actually get out of it? That early nade gives you free ult charge and you're going to have it by the time that you actually need it. But the problem with, like, for example, a nade like this is the nade, not only does it put you at harm's way to peek out, like, out in the open like you're doing here, but also if you nade the Zarya here, my question for you is, what does it actually matter? Right? Do you get a little bit of ult charge? Yes. Do you get a little bit of pressure? Yes. But we're now rapidly approaching a point in time where a nade might actually secure a kill or save your life, right? This is no longer in spawn. They're actually walking forward. So you need to be a little bit more attentive to when you're actually looking for the nade. It's like fishing for a sleep dart on the Reinhardt at this point in time would probably not be wise either, because of how late in advance in the fight that we are. Okay. So be cautious. Like, you still don't have your nade. Like, you just kind of see what I'm saying? Like, let's say that soldier was like 1 HP standing out in the open. You would have wished that you had had nade, right? Okay, so now we get our nade back. Probably didn't need it. Like, you definitely didn't need the nade your Ryan there. He's shield up, he's near cover, and he's not being engaged upon. I don't care if he's critical. Like, right now, do you see his positioning? Do you see his shield? You do not need to nade this. This is a waste of a nade. And what this means, and the reason why this is so bad, chat, is because resources aren't free. Okay, I know that sounds stupid, but like, if I nade this Ryan, this isn't okay, it's fine, he's gonna live. That means that you don't have your nade for whatever follows afterwards, and the enemy Ana will have nade sooner than you to use aggressively. So you've already lost the trade here, right? You've used nade when you didn't need it, which means, for example, if the enemy team decides to walk up and push your Ryan and aggressively nade, you cannot punish them for doing that by nading yourself. You didn't need nade on this Ryan. You would have liked to have had nade in case they push like this, right? So where you can actually nade both him and the enemy Ryan, and then maybe force a bubble or force the enemy Ryan to back off or something like that. But you don't have that cooldown now, right? That's the real danger. And now you really need it because they're actually pushing your Ryan, but you don't have it. Like, do you feel how, like, you've constantly been on the back foot? Number one reason why that's the case is because your Doomfist died early, but you've not done your team any favors whatsoever with your nade usage. Even just the 2 wasted nades that we've seen have put you so far in the back foot that it's like you've never been able to stabilize. We've never been able to stabilize. Like, yeah. Sleep dart's fine. I mean, it was like, whatever. You had to go for a play there. But like, you've been constantly in the back foot. I was just praying that you were going to nano the baby diva. I would have died. Nade there is probably fine. You're at like 40 HP and burning, so it's like, it's not the end of the world. No! No! Like, okay. We just have to be reasonable here. You're down 2, okay? Bang, you're down. Your diva's dead. Your soldier's dead. I want to ask you an honest question. Is this going... Okay, actually, you're only down 1. The enemy Ryan's in spawn. Okay. Is your Ryan in any position at all to push or do anything with this nano? Okay, this looks like either a 0, which was my initial intention, or it looks like a dog turd. Either way, you get the point, okay? There is actually no chance for your Reinhardt to do anything with that nano, and I know even if it had been used in defensive purposes, which it probably wasn't necessary for, okay, your Ryan lives, and what? Nothing happens. Nothing changes. The other thing here is that this might seem nitpicky.
Nap time.
This sleep sucks. Let me reintroduce you to the dog turd. Complete accident. Like, I want you to put at the level of mechanical proficiency it took you as a Masters player to just generally throw a random sleep dart into the middle of the enemy team. You're not aiming for anything here. You just threw it out there. The Lucio jumps into it. You didn't even know you had no idea who you even slept or for what purpose. So the sleep is being used, Baba clock. Yeah, I mean, yes, that's a big deal too. But you just that's a Hanzo level. I mean, exactly. Like, you had no intention of getting anything out of the sleep dart. Just lucked into it. Imagine if you'd had sleep dart now. Imagine if you had sleep dart now. I would have had less of an issue with this Nano Reinhardt if you'd actually had a sleep dart now, because you could have actually killed this stupid woman. Look at her. Look how stupid she. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Looks like she's about to fly away. You could have gone out there and been the real Chad grandma and been like, listen, lady, I've got sleep dart, I've got Nate. She would have been dead. She would have been dead. Or you could have dealt with the bop. So you've managed to find no value from your nano, no value from your nades, no value from your sleep darts. And the best part about it is you're so phenomenal, you've managed to find no value out of your sleep darts, even though you landed it. Wow! Good. That was good. You're like one of those people that like gets the $45 million sports contract and still goes broke. Somehow you managed to land the impossible sleep dart and it still didn't matter. Oh! I'm ready. I'm paying attention now. You just only the highest of impact of sleep darts. Okay, let's see what we do with our nano. Please walk! Why are you standing here? What would win, a Master's Honor or a stationary wall? Please just walk. Okay, that was a great nano and nade, by the way. I gotta give credit where credit is due, guys. Just walk. Like, there's no, like, why are we married to here? Go walk forward and make a play, man. Holy smokes. This is like the passive kind of on-him crap that ticks me off. Walk. I know you're like, well, he would have line of sighted him before he walked. Shut up, idiot. He had time to walk. Nice nano. Do you see how that nano countered their aggression? You can either use nano proactively where your Rhine can reach something, or you can use nano reactively when they're walking on top of your Rhine. Your nano earlier saved his life, maybe, but it didn't actually allow him to, like, it was just a Genji jumping over his head. There wasn't actually any sort of, like, look at this. Look at this. They're all crispy on top of him. They bladed. They want to be on top of him. Okay. Why am I on Reinhardt POV? Why are we so slow? Walk! Stop scoping. Walk. Good. Walk. You're an idiot. Good. Your Diva's an idiot. Whatever, you'll probably have sleep dart again by the time you need it. Keep in mind in Overwatch. In Overwatch 2, I think the sleep dart's slightly longer. Somebody in chat, correct me, it's like 2 or 3 seconds longer cooldown. You think I know these things, but nice. I don't know why you fell, but situational awareness as a support player is, I guess, just not the top of the food chain. Okay. This isn't a trampoline park, man. Like, So this is what I was kind of talking about. Like, I get it that your diva's kind of feeding a little bit with positioning, but like, this is why positioning yourself in a way that where you can have impact on the fight and then actually getting good offensive nade value is so important. Because remember what we talked about in first point, where if you don't get good offensive nade value when the enemy team is pushing, like right now, it's really important that you're in a position to sleep this bomb, and it's also really important that you're in a position to like get a nade on these guys right here as they're walking forward, right? They're committing, right? They're pushing. Because if you don't get good offensive value, then there's that one fewer thing that's not on the field stopping these guys from walking forward. Like, if you don't, like, let's put it this way, if you don't land good offensive nades as Ana, it makes it so much easier for the enemy tanks to take space. Because one of the most important things that tanks have to worry about, and really just the entire enemy team has to worry about, is nade. You have the, like, your nade is more important than Doomfist, more important than Lucian, more important than Soldier. I mean, it is literally the most important cooldown on your team right now is the biotic nade. The cooldown that you just so happen to not be getting offensive value out of whatsoever. So right now, I anticipate it's probably because you're positioning, but also like, it's just this is why it's so important. You cannot get caught on the back foot, backpedaling with nade. That was good. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Completely dead in the water. That Rein. Look at this Rein. Now it's over. He's done. He's out. Goodbye. Not only might he die, but the push is completely dead. Completely dead. Off of one nade. Oh, wait, what? Did you just land a sleep dart? Holy Moses, we've got 2 relevant cooldowns in one team fight. Is this Christmas? Oh, wow! I might have just PP'd a little bit. Brilliant. Fight winning cooldown usage. Oh, and the shots. Brilliant. Get back in a good position and do it again. Brilliant.
You're going to live.
Okay. Are you in a good position right now to land cooldowns? Why are you playing so far back? I don't care if there's a Genji. I mean, you're not, like, I get it. Even in Overwatch 2, I could understand, okay, they're on Doomfist, Tracer, Genji, things like that. You'd have to play a little bit more, like, a little bit more cautious. But even then, I don't know that I would play so far back. I would play, like, more dynamically and adjust my positioning based off of where I see their DPS going. You kind of see what I'm saying? Right now, you're not thinking about any of these things. You're just playing in the furthest position possible. And, like, I don't like it. Like, look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. You've been a spectator to the last 15 seconds of action.
You're powered up. Get in there.
The fight is lost before you're even here. And then you drop again because, you know, why not? Why? What possible reason could you have for dropping off the high ground here? What would possess you to do this? Okay, so we have a major problem with your starting, like your initial starting positions being too defensive, and then just jumping off of high grounds. It's like putting grandma on a pogo stick right now. Boing, 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 boing. Get off the floor, get off the floor, get off the floor, get off the floor, get off the floor. Good, good. 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 Probably would prefer you to be like up here, because if you get shot from a flank and get to cover, I like the cover here a little better. But okay. This cover isn't bad. I'm just scared of the right flank, you know what I'm saying? Nice. I mean, this fight's probably lost. You need the sleeping target, nothing else. Ah! Oh! You somehow achieved negative value. Yes, good. Keep healing the purple target. Surely it'll work this time. Surely.
The pain. My ultimate is ready.
You're being, you're like, your Doomfist is dragging your sorry, fat, flabby butt cheeks into a victory.
Going to be okay. Rendezvous at
Like you're kicking and screaming every inch of the way. Like, I don't want to win! Okay. Find a new insult? Okay. Give me a topic. Maybe I can think about it. You have to understand, I'm old as old get out right now. I am so washed. I am so washed at insults. So.
this is going to hurt.
Old person insult? Well, you didn't cash in to find a new insult.
Огонь по готовности. You're powered up. Get in there.
Your Doomfist is just having his what he will with the entire enemy team. Yeah, well, guess what? You cash in something, and you don't want the responsibility for it. Shame on you. You put all the pressure on me to do something that you want me to do, like some trained monkey. Here's a penny. Do something. Yeah, I'm not a monkey, Jack.
30 seconds.
You have to take some of the responsibility yourself. You raised your hand, bro. Oh, this is good. I'm really loving the interactive gameplay that we're seeing from you right now. Almost as entertaining as the Ring of Power. Oh, good. More inactivity. You sent in the VOD just so you could show me that clip. I know you did. I know you did. Don't lie to me. This guy hits maybe two relevant sleep darts and an entire defense and has the audacity to send in that VOD. I know he's sitting there like, Mega Spyro will say I did good. Jackass. Nice nade, by the way. Nice sleep dart, by the way. I'm like 99% certain that this person just stacks with a Doomfist. They're like the gold Mercy main, you know, boosting diamond DPS player and stuck in Plat. Finding new and creative ways to disappoint me.
Round 1. Initiating match.
You sent it because it wasn't your greatest game? Say that again, Jack. Okay. Wait. Surely. Wow! You've upgraded. And I'm also gonna give the dog turd a little bit of a little doily collar here. Like, look at this. See, we got some lace here. So it's still a dog turd, but at least it looks pretty now. Okay? So from 0 to 10, and now your feces have never looked better. Well done. You made a play. You made a play. You made a play. You took a position. It was smart. It made sense. You timed it well with your Ryan's push. Holy smokes, you won the team fight. Shocker. Let's go. It wasn't even hard to do either. You just executed brain cell. Whereas previously you've just been terminating them.
Group up at my position.
I mean, I guess you've been executing them in as well, just in a different way. Okay. All right. Well, now I cannot wait to see the next team fight because I'm sure that you're just gonna be sitting on cart the entire time. Like now, I get it. You're sitting on cart. You're pushing cart. But I'm actively expecting you to maintain your passive, stupid, like cow mentality. And by cow, I mean you just sit and you chew your cud on open pasture, and then eventually you get slaughtered. Okay, I respect it though. You whiffed. You looked really stupid, but I respect it. I still would like to see you, like a little bit of like detail here. Okay, so a little bit of actual micro coaching here. I probably wouldn't go for the nade this early. The initial Rein trade versus a Rein Zarya, it's like, yeah, you're gonna nade the Rein, but maybe it just gets purged with bubble and then you don't really accomplish anything. Because she wants to bubble the Rein anyway, so I'd probably just kind of wait until you've seen bubble, or you can hit more than one target with it. So yeah, you whiff the nade here, but I actually don't think the whiffing of the nade is the thing that ticks me off the most. The whiffing of the nade happens, and I respect that you're going for the nade. I would prefer you to try and see bubble or hit more than one target. That's a good mindset to have. Although that's Overwatch 1 mindset. Yeah, Overwatch 2 is not going to matter. Screw it. It sucks, man. I hate those defensive nades. That one I guess I can have some patience with because it did feel like he was kind of out in the open and he didn't have a lot of shield, so I'll cut you some slack in that one. The nice thing about nanoing a soldier is, unlike Reinhardt, he doesn't have to be able to walk on top of people and swing them to get value. As long as he can shoot somebody, it's over. Like right now, this nano soldier means that this Cassie's dead. That was a great nano. Dang, man. I'm having to be a little bit nice here because this isn't like too hot dumpster tier. Okay. All right. We're gonna walk forward. What is your diva doing? What is she doing? What is she doing? Did she just like pray that they don't sleep dart her, or what is going on? Do they not realize where the cart is? And you got your doofus is emoting on cart, and your diva's in their spawn. What on earth? What is this game, man? Okay, I mean, I respect trying to help, I guess. I have honestly no idea what's going on. Nice sleep dart. Oh. What is your Doomfist doing? Just let him die. Let him die. Good, good. He deserves to die for that. Look at this Joker. Idiot. What is your diva doing? What are you doing? What? You I don't get it. Alright, you're down 2, disengage. It's just incredible gameplay from your team here. Sweet! You probably could have slept that Ryan, I think. I would not have sat in the sleep dart as long as you did. Okay. Okay, let's see some juice here. I want absolutely only the most succulent of juices.
You're powered up. Get in there.
The tricky thing about attack Ana is understanding that you oftentimes don't always have the positions where you can actually make big nades, big plays. So with the attack on it, it is going to take a little bit more patience and more anticipation of like what's going on around you, and then kind of like getting the opportunities when you have them. So I'm not going to flame you for like, you're not lighting fat nades. It's a lot harder on attack. Well, that was a beautiful mechanical. Let's just enjoy this one in 0.25 for your viewing pleasure. Let's actually really set the setting here. All right. Let's really get the setting here. Okay. Okay. Anyway, that was something right there. That was really something, I think. Oh dear. Okay. A little bit of a mechanical tip. It always helps to land sleep darts either by catching the tracer off guard because you sleep dart so early, or sleep darting late when she's run out of blinks. Your sleep dart's worst enemy is blink, and so if you do it super early before she's ready for you, it can work. But also you can do it super late when she has fewer blinks. Hello, kitty cat. I have a sweet little kitten named Grim. And he is cuddling at the bottom of my chair, pathetically, because he wants to be held. I think this map is over. Perfect length VOD for what we wanted, and plenty of information to talk about. So I think for you, roasting aside, I think the biggest thing that you could kind of be thinking about is whenever you have positioning, is finding ways of setting up your nade and your positioning to be able to, I mean, I hate using this term, but like carry the team fight. Like think about like, what is the most impact I can have out of nade? A lot of the times in Overwatch 2, there will be like dive threats where you might want to sit on your nade. Maybe you don't want to go proactive with your nade. But against really comps where you don't have any direct dive threat on yourself, and even sometimes when there is a direct dive threat on yourself, that doesn't mean that you should just be sitting passively in the backline. You need to look for opportunities and angles and positions with cover where you can look for these cooldowns aggressively. I think that there's a lot of opportunities missed because your whole mindset was simply just too passive, especially when you had positioning available. And I really don't like the RNG sleeps. I don't mind the aggressive sleeps, but the sleeps need to have a purpose. If you're just throwing them into a sea of red, no, you're not Moses. You're not going to get anything out of that. You need to be able to find a way where the enemy team is either aggressing or you are aggressing on the enemy team, and therefore whatever you do sleep is going to be costly, right? If you sleep that Lucio like we saw, doesn't really matter. Nobody could punish him. He wasn't punishing anybody else. You need to be more reactive. Do you have any questions? The Elo was Masters, shockingly. Because the only thing that seemed to have been mastered was the art of sharing ocular agony. That was a roast review, ladies and gentlemen. The last Overwatch 1 review ever. That was it. So for those of you who've been aware of or followed my Twitch stream or YouTube channel in the last 3-4 years, that was it. Kind of sad, isn't it? That was the last one. You do have a question. Okay. This Saturday, we're going to be doing some a little bit of an interview and some Overwatch 2 coaching, and then next week, no idea what's going to happen. I was talking with you guys earlier on stream. We got to figure out what y'all want on stream moving forward, because there's so many like things that we could be doing. You know, probably the first day, probably just going to stream some gameplay, talk about the changes, talk about my thoughts. Gonna be working pretty hard on some YouTube content behind the scenes as well. But my goal is to be able to stream Overwatch about 3 times a week. But it definitely can maintain the in-depth coaching, keep doing that, but also like, and what, you know? So your coach has told me to be more passive because I'm dying too much. So when should I be looking for those plays? So what you need to understand, Swirly Hawk, it's not even your name, but that's just what I'm rolling with, is there has to be a balance between the more proactive play and then also being aware of the enemy DPS. I want you to watch... I'm going to plug one of my YouTube videos that I just did, because I talk literally exactly about what we're talking about in this VOD. Hey, it just went live today. Sick. Perfect timing. Let me throw that in there. Give that a watch. Because the mindset is that the reason why you're dying too much might be mechanics. Maybe you're positioning poorly, really. Or it could also be that you're just not simply tracking or aware of enemy DPS threats. So there has to be a balance. You need your cake and you need to eat it too. You need to position more proactively, but you also need to balance that with excellent awareness of the enemy threats. The problem with not as good or not as skilled flex supports is they have the worst of both worlds. They're too passive, and they're also completely oblivious of the things that are threatening to them. So they have less impact on the battlefield, and they also die more. If you can improve your proactivity and or work on your awareness of Roadhog Hook, Tracer positioning, Shatter, things that can kill you, then your deaths will cut down. You're dying too much, so you need to play more passive. If that's what your coach wants, then find what's killing you and find what's getting you killed. Because playing more passive only isn't necessarily exactly what's killing you. It will be a dive that you didn't know was going to happen. It was a Genji flank that you didn't know. It was a Cassidy that you weren't aware of. It was a Widowmaker that you forgot about. It was a Shatter that you forgot about. It was an aggressive nade when they had Primal Rage, or it was an aggressive Sleep Dart when they have Primal Rage. It's things like that, the general awareness that has to be better going into Overwatch 2, because the peel is less consistent. So you have to be a lot more proactive in yourself by creating space and creating plays, and also you have to be more self-sufficient with defending yourself. That has to be the main goal. There are going to be fewer resources to peel you off, so you have to be better at keeping yourself alive. Give that video a watch, and then also, I'm going to plug somebody else who I think does a pretty good job on breaking down exactly what I'm talking about as well. Let me see if I've got one hand on a kitty, so I'm a little slow pulling these things up. Control C. Yeah, Kim said that's a good way of putting it. There was a little bit too much flippancy and just like throwing cooldowns out, especially the Sleep Dart. But then your positioning wasn't allowing you to get anything out of those things at all. I think that's a good way of putting it. I respect it. But I would recommend giving those videos a watch and chatting with your coach and seeing what your coach thinks about it. Because I'm down with more passive positioning, but then it also has to be you like passive in a way to where you can still have impact with the cooldowns that you're using. That has to be the goal. That has to be the goal. Do you have any other questions? If you do, because you were still technically a coachee, because you won the coaching session, don't hesitate to message me. Make an insult out of green beans. Let's see here. Green beans. I mean, the low-hanging fruit is I would rather eat a green bean than speak with you, but that one's simply too easy. I don't have an insult, but I can make a joke about how instead of I'm not gonna shoot. The only thing more long and strung out than this stupid review was a green bean, or I'd like to put you in some dirt. I'd like to put you under the earth and drive a pole into you and bury you like a green bean. I would like to bite you with my teeth like a green bean. I find you significantly less crunchy than a green bean. It's quantity, not quality right now. Like beans. Yeah, some disturbing level of violence at the moment, actually. I would like to peel you and skin you and then boil you like a green bean. Now it's just getting weird. Yeah, see. Like, well, you really took your time in caching that one, didn't you? Okay, chat. Keep streaming for like 5 more minutes. I can do that. Chat, let's take this opportunity to ask some questions. Maybe? Okay. Maybe? Do you guys have any questions? We can take 5 more minutes. Do you have any concerns with playing a few games on off-roll flex to take a break after you've gotten any practice in your main role? No, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's okay. Just as long as it's like, it's not detracting from like doing other things and you're just chilling with it, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. I will take my time to do this though, while we're waiting. Look at that. Do you see that in the bottom of the screen here? Huh. Do the chatty push-ups? Bro, I've got a cat! What do you mean the chatty push-ups? The chatty push-ups. Have I seen some of the Kiriko gameplay videos? I haven't seen them yet. But I will look at them later, yeah. Maybe that's something we can talk about on Saturday. What are chatty push-ups? Just push-ups, right? I don't think he did anything special, did he? I mean, I'm not aware. I'm only aware of what he did in the Toronto thing. No, I'm not. Send me the video or link. No, he just did push-ups, right? He just did push-ups on stage. Right? No? I swear he just like dropped down and did some push-ups. 23 push-ups on stage? Oh, I don't have the stage, but I can do the 23 push-ups. Let me see where I can put my little kitty here, because he's sound asleep. Give me 1 second. Be right back. Let's see. Is the angle here good? That's okay. That will do. You like my shirt? It's the Witch King. Okay, 23 push-ups. For professional powerlifter, bodybuilder, it's honestly like just easy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Wait. I'm not very good on that arm. I'm a little better on this arm. That one wasn't as good because my hips came off, but there we go. Now my stupid sweatshirt's caught my stupid wheel. Peak Overwatch content. You guys don't have any faith in me at all. You guys need to give me something actually hard. How about no hand push-ups? Aren't you supposed to roll your hips so your belly doesn't hang that much? I mean, yeah. I mean, I honestly don't. I have to look at my. You know, actually, let's look at my push-up form here really fast here. Let's look at my push-up form, because you might be right. Let's watch. In there. Ah, my voice. Because the mindset is that my voice. Okay, let's look. Am I trolling the lobby with my push-ups? Please stop talking, Spilo. Just shut up and do your push-ups. I am a trained monkey, ladies and gentlemen. It's depressing. No, these are okay. I've got, like, I think, like, you can see it's relatively flat. My belly is poking out a little bit, so I could probably I could squeeze my butt cheeks a little bit more. But honestly, like, if I squeeze my butt cheeks, I think it'd probably just be a little bit too plumber crack city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could definitely be flatter here. I could squeeze my quads and flex my glutes a little bit better here. And then the one arm push-up, you can definitely tell, see how the bend there? That's not as good with a one arm push-up. And I do it on the right arm too. Yeah, that could definitely be better. Gosh, guys. It's really, really, really depressing. We've really got to improve our we got to do better than that. Man, how am I so stupid, chat? How am I this stupid? How do I not know these? Oh my gosh. I know these. I should know these things. Duh. The camera's right in front. So how do I do it? I guess I could just move my camera. Chat. Here, this will be the easiest way to do it. Yeah, there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. So there's a little bit of a tilt here. I could be kicking my hips forward a little bit more. I think it was reasonable, but it could definitely squeezing the glutes a little bit more here would help. And then definitely, like, talking about some major butt grab here, like I could break a chopstick between these bricks, you know what I'm saying? And then the one arm one, you can definitely see the sag there. Talking about like the Grand Canyon, that needs to be better. Yeah, it could be better for sure. Better for sure. Okay, yeah, okay. I've served my time. Don't break my arm. It's okay. I sprained my thumb last week, but I think it's mostly okay actually, so it's not too bad. I didn't break it. I broke this thumb playing football like 6 months ago, so that kind of sucked, but okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to raid Cager. We're going to call it. I will see you on Saturday, and you guys ready? For those of you that had the patience to stick around, I'm going to leak something for you. This Saturday, we talked about the Overwatch 2 coaching, which is happening off. But I have planned, 90% is set in stone, that I'll be interviewing / chatting with Aspen. So Aspen will be 95% chance, almost got the details sorted out, will be joining me on stream this Saturday. That was the last Overwatch 1 stream, y'all, for coaching. That was it. It's been a good run. Loves and kisses. Tell Cager I said hello. Give him lots of follows. I think he's got a lot more VODs coaching today, so he's going to need the support. And I will chat with you guys. Do I teach push-up form to Aspen? Maybe. Okay, I'll chat with you guys on Saturday. See you guys. Wait. Oh, it's raid. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Okay. All right. Here we go, boys. We're at the end stream. Let's go. Hop in. We're going. 3, 2, 1.